we should be live.
All right. Who's first?
Laptop back up here. We need to get a card, I guess, too, for recording the show. That's probably a good idea, huh?
A what?
A card to record the show on.
Oh, yeah.
Why is this fucking thing not working?
Who is that? I can't read it.
Oh, I can't see it either.
Jeez.
We're not coming up live.
Soapworthy Productions. Yeah, we're live, though.
Oh.
Or else somebody
Congratulations.
said first. Pretty sure.
Oh, there it is. It's not on the homepage. It's usually on the homepage. I had to go to videos for it. Soapworthy Productions first. Hey, ladies and Armand. Oh, look at that cleverness there, Donna Putzel.
What did Donna say?
Yeah, it's right
Hey,
there.
ladies and Armand.
Oh, thank you,
it wasn't
Donna.
on mine. I had to go to the videos.
Donna knows a real man when she sees one.
Disagree.
And posers.
Posers. Listen to you, Armand.
Dr.
What's up, Keith from Canada?
Dr.
just Keith?
Grimes.
Keith from Canada. Yeah, we don't have to call him Keith from Canada, eh?
Do we have other Keiths from other countries?
What are you talking about?
Hey,
Okay.
Canucks.
Track Slayer.
Is that,
What's up, Track Slayer? Armand, you blew it on the Who Wants to Be a Millionaire. Just saying.
Hey.
You fucking walked away with $500,000. That's hardly
great.
blowing it.
Right. I would say it was fairly successful.
I
at
did
Who Wants
blow it. I could have run past the tax lady before she got my social security number backstage. Yeah, it's true. It's true. Could have saved a couple $100,000.
No shit.
Oh yeah, you don't even get off the stage before the lady with the clipboard's up there. Now let's see.
Really?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Fucking assholes.
Yeah, they're not stupid.
Hey, what's up, Armand from South? Finally back to see y'all. And of course, my boy Armand is too.
Yes,
Right
Armand
on.
is
How
back.
can you guys read that? I can't see that.
Well, we got our laptops
Oh.
here.
Yeah, I'm looking at a computer.
Did you get your laptop and
I'm
you can,
still-
you can.
Oh, that's all right.
You don't
Hello
want
to
to
everyone.
You don't want to talk to the peons. You're too popular with them. They'll mob you.
I appreciate the people that wanted to eat me. That was nice of them.
From Ohio.
Yeah, here, everybody who wants to eat Armand, speak up.
No, they want you. I think you guys were more toothsome.
That's not crickets.
Yeah, what's that?
It's not a good cricket.
It's bad crickets. I don't know.
Crickets. I get it.
Oh,
I get what you're
oh,
trying to do
that's-
there,
yeah.
but that's bad crickets.
My meat would be very tough.
Did Armand ever get on Smarter Than a Fifth Grader?
No.
Wouldn't that be a
Well,
good show?
No. I'll tell you the story about that. I applied, and the lady called me back. Remember, you were supposed to Skype. We were supposed to set up a Skype.
Oh no shit! They called. you
Well,
back.
everything was great. Yeah, I was supposed to have an audition. She liked me. We talked. Oh, this is great. Then she said, "Oh, you've been on other shows, huh?" I said, "Yeah," because they asked that on the application. And I said, "Yeah." And then I told her what happened, and she said, "Oh, I better get back to you on that." So she talked to the network, and apparently they don't want anybody that's won money or been on a lot of other shows.
not.
Yeah, so that was the end of that.
They want
So
dummies.
at least she called me back and said, "Can't have you."
Bitch.
Yeah.
I used to watch that show too. There were some questions on there that I was like, "Fuck,
Oh,
man."
there's some tough. Yeah, but
You
boy, you
know?
can win a lot of money on there.
You know, you don't, do you? I thought it was like 10 grand, 5
Oh
grand.
no!
tops.
Well, I don't know. The one with Jeff Foxworthy, I think you could win $500,000 or something.
No, I don't.
It was. Oh
no,
yeah,
hell no.
the original show. Now I don't know if they had a syndicated
I'm
version.
Googling it right now.
Okay, because I want to get on there. I think because I did see a guy blow the. It may have been $1 million.
What did he blow? What'd you see him blow?
He blew a question that he was from Yale or something. He thought he was a real bright guy, so he went for because you have to bet just like Millionaire. If you miss it, you lose a lot of your money. And he went for the big question. I remember the question. They asked him what was
Oh
the
shit! 2 people won $1 million.
Yeah. It was $1 million show. And I remember the $1 million question he got was, what was the first artificial satellite put into space by
Sputnik.
the United States? By the United States.
I don't know.
Sputnik's to Explorer 1.
I couldn't have told you that. Yeah.
Yeah, and he didn't know it either. And boy, was he crestfallen. Because I think he went down to like 30,000 or something. He had like $500,000. He lost almost all
That
of it.
much?
Yeah,
That's
you go down.
Suicide
Fucking
level.
faint right there,
Mm-hmm.
right on stage.
Yeah.
Just fucking fall out.
If the resuscitation, that's pretty close to actually. I've seen, a syncope. Yeah, he was.
fucking pass
he
right
was
out.
not well.
That's funny.
You might not. I would. In fact, I don't know though.
I think I like this camera.
This is too bright.
And I don't like how we don't have our big stage light.
Oh,
you
yeah,
know
I
what?
thought
I'm
we were
going to
gonna-
get that. I'm going to
all
get
right.
it. This is
Okay, hold on,
this is
everybody.
what I'm saying.
Yeah,
It's
good for my complexion.
Man, hey Schmeed.
I missed everybody. I've been gone for a while.
Was disappointed his ass was in Chicago and didn't come see me.
Uh-oh, who was that?
That was Donna.
Oh shit, I would have. I had nothing to do. I had a stupid podiatry. Oh, did I tell you what happened at the stupid podiatry seminar? I think I told Everett. Well, we were all having some drinks that night, and apparently there's a Star Wars kind of convention with, all these crazies running around like Wookiees and
No shit.
yeah, Darth Maul. And,
My people.
I guess you'd have loved it. So
Yeah.
anyway, one of my friends, and then we also had the podiatry convention, all at the same hotel. And my friend's wife came up to me because she knows I'm a writer, or trying to be, and
Aspiring anyway.
Yeah, right, screenwriting. And she goes, "Hey, I just met a director from L.A. and a producer from New York. You want to meet him?" Get out of here. They're trying to pick you up. They're all
Right,
phonies. Everybody in LA is. So, I just poo-pooed the whole thing as I go get lost. Not to her, but to them. Tell them to go fuck themselves.
Sure.
So anyway, you know who it was?
Who?
J.J. Abrams.
Get the fuck out of here.
That's who it was.
Are you serious?
Yep, that's what it was.
Wow.
Yeah, I was the director of Star Wars. Like an idiot. I didn't go over there, at least say hello, pitch my script. Yeah, I didn't meet J.J. Abrams. Yeah, because I was,
Armand.
well, life hinges
What
on
the
moments
fucking
like
fuck,
that.
man?
Yeah, so if anybody knows J.J. Abrams out there, tell him I want to meet him.
Yeah, you almost did.
Yeah, it was right next. I didn't know who the hell it was. I saw her talk.
Glasses and black
Yeah,
hair.
that's him.
Jesus
Yeah,
Christ,
yeah. I
Armand,
didn't
for
know
real.
it. I
He
would
looks
not
like a
have known.
dork. A fucking
Right?
big
Yeah,
old
that's
dork.
what I
That's
thought.
J.J. Abrams.
That's
man.
him. Yeah, that was him. He's wearing a
Fringe.
cap, a stocking cap or something.
Dude, yeah.
Yeah, I'm looking at him. This guy's a
Lost,
phony.
yeah, Lost. Fringe.
Mission Impossible.
Yeah. Goddamn the Star Trek movies, the new Star Trek. Yeah.
It was him.
You would have slapped yourself.
I was slapped. What
You
an
should
idiot
slap
I am.
yourself. Yeah. That's,
No,
wow,
all right,
dude.
slapped me for it. I should have gone to Donna's house. Then I wouldn't felt so bad about myself.
Chris Breezy says, "What's your script about, Armand?"
The one I'm working on right now is a kind of a gangster pirate movie. The gangsters have this time machine and they go back into Spanish Main, 17th
I would have guessed
century.
gangster monster movie.
Well, that's coming.
Right.
But I like. What do you think, people? What do you think about that concept? Am I wasting my time, or is that got to?
No, do it. Gangsters and pirates. Why the fuck?
Yeah,
not?
I thought
No,
they go
believe-
together.
That's a waste of time.
That's what you think so?
In my opinion,
Really? You don't
Eric
like
wouldn't-
it?
He wouldn't watch anything though. He
I
doesn't
wouldn't watch gangsters and
Oh, well.
pirates.
If it's not a comic
So-
book movie, he's not watching it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I don't
bullshit.
know.
So here's the thing.
What's the last
Armand.
non-comic book
What-
movie you watched?
Yeah. When did you go to a theater and actually watch a movie that wasn't like Marvel?
What does that matter?
Exactly,
What does that?
exactly.
Oh, hang
Well,
on,
I'm
no,
just
hang
saying
on.
nobody
What
goes
does
to
that
the
matter?
theater.
It matters
Well,
because we're
I don't
setting a
know.
precedent that you don't know
The
jack
theater,
squat about
the theater
movies.
is
I think
what you
our-
have to know about movies. You have to
I
go to
think
the
our
theater and
listeners
watch
are
them.
better arbiters of a log line than you are.
Well, nobody said they weren't, but I'm
I
just
mean,
saying.
you probably haven't seen a movie that's come out in the past 3 years. Is my
Bullshit.
point.
that isn't
Name one.
Marvel.
That isn't Marvel.
Oh man, I could go through the list on the thing and like just the one where they were in. I don't remember the fucking names, but I
Okay.
watched a lot of movies
In
on
the
there.
theater.
No, what the fuck does the theater have to
No,
do with
that's
it, Armand?
that's box office. Well, not Netflix.
Why not? If you
Because
watch
that
the
doesn't
same
count.
fucking movie on Netflix, if it's
What has J.J. Abrams done on Netflix?
Nothing exclusive, but a lot of his shit's on Netflix. He's had a lot of
Anyway, I
stuff
wanted
on
your
Netflix.
listen. Is that a good concept? I thought it was a good concept. What do you think? You think it's okay?
Yeah.
What's wrong with it?
Why would you need gangsters and
He
pirates?
won't watch
Well, that's the-
Caddyshack.
Are they
He won't watch
hang on,
anything
are they
good.
gangster pirates? Is that what's going
Well,
on?
they're
Like
gangsters in 1920s Chicago, and they're on the run from Capone, but they got a scientist on their side that was ostensibly, their guy to. Anyway, I got to figure that out. But anyway, he's got a time machine, and to escape Capone, he sends them back, and he didn't know this, but there goes my camera. But he sends them back to the 17th century, and of course they have to get back. That's the main thing. Plus,
Fucking ridiculous. New studio, my dick.
yeah, I think our old studio was better. We didn't have
just
such
more well
technical
set up, yeah.
Yeah.
You can get a fucking table in here. This would be nice.
Okay.
Why you gonna bitch about it?
Hey Eric, do an episode on the Franklin cover-up. I thought we'd.
Franklin cover up. What's
the
that?
fuck was that?
I don't even know what that is. What is it?
It's on our list, I think. I don't know, maybe we even talked about it. I don't remember. Why would you not have gangster
I
pirates?
want to do one on the stock market. I don't know. If anything's a conspiracy, it's that.
Jeff the janitor, you got cussed out last week by that guy that left the voicemail that, oh man, Armand. I got lit up last week on voicemail.
Oh yeah.
It was
What,
very good. We can play it again.
what was it? Yeah, I'd
There's
love
no
to hear
need.
that.
There's no need. He motherfucks you too, doesn't he?
Me?
I
What
believe
did
he
I do?
motherfucks Armand. No, that's not the one.
We can play it right now. I mean,
All right. Yeah. Let's.
All right.
Sure.
I don't think we'll play any voicemails on the show today other than this. Pre-show.
This one probably says it all.
Let's
It's a
see,
rough
what
one, dude.
was it?
It's a rough
Wow.
one.
It
He
was
just picked on you, not Everett.
Oh, I gotta fucking hook my shit up
Don't
here.
worry about it. You don't have to do that.
Yeah, we do. Yeah, we do.
I'm glad we're pleasing our listeners.
Worth it. Let's see. Crank this up.
Johnny Cooper says he'd watch it.
Oh, great. Thanks, Johnny. All right, I'll work on it then. I mean, I don't waste 3 months you know, something nobody's going
Hey, Jordan, I streamed that shit illegally at home.
to. Right. Well, that's true. Yeah.
Here we go.
Oh, jeez.
Oh,
it sounded bad right off the bat.
Rough, dude.
Eric,
What?
you are a fucking retard.
Mm.
Yeah.
I am so sick and fucking tired of you disrespecting your superior, smarter, older brother.
Oh, I thought you
Objection.
You're
said
an
me.
ass rod, and you ain't nothing compared to your brother.
Jesus Christ.
Everett
He tears me
is
up here.
the winner.
Of what?
You are the
Everything.
fucking loser.
Of
It
everything.
annoys me every time you talk over him and every time you talk stupid to him.
Talk
You're
stupid
an
to him.
asshole, and you ain't nearly as
Fuck.
smart as him.
Also true.
And
I
that
never claimed to
includes
be.
you too, Armand.
Oh,
There it is.
I don't care if you got
Hey.
if you're a fucking medical doctor.
I'm
or
not.
If you're Stephen fucking
I'm better.
Hawking. I think you're a
Well, that was
dumbass
nice.
too. Everett is the fucking intellectual leader of that team.
If it was
I know.
possible to like
Shut your
frame an
fucking
audio,
mouth.
Yeah, no kidding. I don't think
And
we'll
when
ever.
he's
I'm
talking,
deleting it.
shut up and listen. I am Team Everett.
We
and
gathered
Eric,
that, yes.
You are a morally fucking irreprehensible,
That's not a word.
That's what I said last time too.
dumbass,
Okay, thank you. Well, that's why
fucking
you're smart.
morally bankrupt.
Morally
And
bankrupt.
Okay.
Everett is
All right, we'll
the
take that one. I'll
rational
own that.
leader of that team.
That's true. Rational
You
leader. right here.
fucking thank
Oh yeah,
you.
hang on, pause it right there.
I
Oh
am
yeah, Mr.
Spanky,
Fuckhead. Where the fuck?
AKA
Hey, whoa.
Anonymous.
Hold on, he's got 3 seconds.
Fuck you, Eric.
Fuck you too,
Dick.
dickhead.
Who was
So,
it?
Spanky. So
It's not over. There's another part.
Spanky
of it.
There's more?
McFuckface. Where was your intellectual leader whenever someone was telling him that the goddamn Earth was a fucking plate? Where was
You know,
he then?
The debate stopped whenever he said every
It
answer he
didn't
had was
stop,
religion.
though.
It did stop. There was no point in doing anything but listen to a story at that point.
Why did you not make that clear?
I did make that clear.
You said, "All right, I can't even debate you anymore."
At the end of the show, did I-
because you used.
At the end of the show, did I not get him to admit that it was the same thing as a religious on his end as if it is on ours?
well, that's different than.
I couldn't get a word in edgewise otherwise.
Okay.
I mean, at least I wasn't a dickhead.
No, I don't remember. Did we bring up, like, I mean, I know he said it was kind of all a conspiracy by NASA, but it's like the European Space Agency and
It's all
Japan and all. Are
religion.
they in on it too?
Japan doesn't even fucking exist.
Yeah, it's
Didn't they just land somebody on the moon?
No, of course
or
not.
Crash
China
land
or
something on the moon?
I don't
Yeah.
know. Fucking religious. Anyway, here's the other side of that.
Okay. There's more?
yeah.
Holy shit.
I know.
Furthermore, fuck you, Eric. You fucking chump bitch.
It gets
Right,
better.
like
Getting a little repetitive.
Your
now.
brother
Fight me now.
is intellectually and morally superior to you, dumbass.
Yeah, you're
Dumbass.
bang-
I
You're
don't
bang- I like
care
that at
what
the end.
anybody says, including that asshole from fucking Australia.
Oh, thank you. I
That
thought it was me coming.
motherfucker can go fuck a kangaroo.
Who's that?
Eric, I hate you. Team Everett,
I hate you.
fuck you, Eric.
You too.
Fuck you, Eric.
Fuck you too.
Everett is the leader. He is the leader
Says who?
in every way
Says you,
there
Spanky.
is.
Your fucking name's Spanky.
Armand,
Oh,
fuck
uh-oh.
you too. Fucking pricks.
I thought he forgot about
I'm
me for a
tired of
moment.
You assholes disrespecting the fucking leader.
I'm
of
more
the
than one
team.
prick.
Eric is
You
religion.
are assholes.
I'm plural
And that
prick.
motherfucker, I'm telling you, that motherfucker from Australia
I don't know what he's
annoys
talking
me
about.
in a special way.
Me either.
Go fuck a koala bear, you asshole.
I would
that's
not do a
fucking
koala
prick.
bear. I would do
Nose,
one.
that's pretty good, though.
And you too, Eric.
What?
You fucking, fucking hate you.
Catch me outside, then, bud.
Man, oh, man.
Why are you getting so mad?
I got to
Catch
get this
me
guy
outside.
on.
I'm fighting. What for?
I'm going to put him
It
on
seemed like he was just
Lipitor.
joking.
Yeah. Huh?
I'm going to put him on Lipitor, man. He needs blood pressure medication.
Might need a Valium.
See, that's the problem with these listeners. They don't take a stand, you know? They're
Yeah, that one should have fuck
shilly-shallying.
did.
Oh, boy, yes, I was being sarcastic.
Stream sniping Surreal Talk.
Hey, Dron,
with fucking-
we'll play yours. I haven't actually listened all the way through it yet. I got several of them I need to listen to.
You
A bunch
think
of long ones.
You think he's going to go to my pirate
We're gonna
movie?
do that next week. I don't think. I doubt anybody.
Thank
goes
you,
to that.
Torchlight. Torchlight said,
But I
"I
would.
actually hate you, Eric. What the fuck is this guy on?"
He hates you too?
I think no.
Like he actually hates you. The other guy
Maybe.
doesn't actually hate you.
Yeah, right.
Oh.
I mean, yeah, I'm with you. We actually hate him, but the other guy was really making light of us who actually hate him.
That guy's voice is annoying. I agree. How does this guy keep a straight face during? I don't know.
Wow.
He needs some weed. Yeah, that's true.
Well, listen, if you guys elicit that sort
Later,
of
Jess.
reaction from your listeners, I guess you're doing
Yeah, I'm gonna get that
something
thing
right.
shipped out to you as soon as I fucking can. I probably could have already did it. As soon as I get around to it, I'm gonna get it done. Probably today or tomorrow. Say hi to
God
your
damn
dad.
it.
Her dad's got cancer. She's giving him the Cheech and Chong thing.
Oh, no shit.
He's a big Cheech and Chong fan, it turns out, too. So
Is
it's
he
kinda-
taking the CBD oil?
I don't know what he's doing,
Get
honestly.
him on the CBD oil, quick.
Yeah.
That's coming from a doctor
Yeah.
of feet.
And Essiac tea.
Yeah, that, too.
Of
Yeah.
feet,
All right.
Yep.
You guys about ready to do the show?
of course.
All right, let me get my document up here. New window.
Not this. Yeah.
April asks, is this the best studio lighting we get today? I mean, I could change the color behind me. What do you
No,
want
we
that to
can
be?
put that
You
light
like
there
different-
in a good, angle.
I like it.
I mean, what's wrong with the light? Yeah. Let's see. I'll change this to,
Kind of
how
sexy.
about yellow over there?
Nice.
What's wrong with that? I mean, you want to turn on more light? Just
Makes
hit,
us kind
flip more switches if you want more light. There's switches on the back of it.
I don't know if
Your
it's
fingers are?
yellow.
Right there where your fingers were up there on the back of the light. Yeah, there's switches. Just flip them.
Yeah.
You want more light?
It
Flip more
washes out a
switches.
little bit.
Yeah,
Yeah.
plenty more.
Yellow makes us look jaundiced.
I'm going back to
We got
And we are jaundiced, actually. Yeah.
back to red. I like red.
Yeah, red was good. I liked it. It had the kind of old New Orleans look.
Yeah, red light district.
Yeah,
Lime
yeah.
red and all
little
this black and white.
Amsterdam.
All right,
We've got some good stuff here.
not bad.
A lot of things that don't exist. That's
Uh,
interesting.
yeah, I know.
Says you.
Man,
Well,
that
I mean,
one.
that's
this
the
one,
claim.
This one here's got me, Armand.
Which one? Yeah, that's a good one. That one's probably the most preposterous of all. That's a great one.
Where the fuck is Eric? I'm right here. Can they not see me?
Yeah, you were gone for a second. You moved.
Oh.
All
I
right.
work at Pure Ratios CBD, and it's amazing. I didn't even know until I started working there 2 years ago. So, okay, right.
Yeah,
Hell
yeah. Well, if my father
He-
had,
he
if my
pro-
father
he's-
had cancer, I'd definitely.
He says those in his voicemail. He was like saying hi to all the Pure Ratios people.
Oh,
Keith from
wow.
Canada.
We didn't. Did we do? Did
That's
we
Keith
play
from
that
Canada.
one?
Yeah, we played it before.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you
Who's from
talked about it already.
Australia? That apparently is getting under somebody's skin.
Thanks, Abe. Not that that's better. Not that I need to see all your ugly bugs. Anyway, ready for the show?
Yeah.
Yeah.
My wife's calling us all ugly.
Cue the music.
Here we go. Oh, goddamn. Oh, no. False alarm.
What was
Got to
that?
get
The
the
old
card.
one.
No, that's not.
You prick! I should.
Now what?
I should have remembered too.
Oh, to record everything?
Yeah, he's got.
What happens if he doesn't have the card in there?
He's got to rip it off YouTube.
Oh, all right. Let's say it'd be lost forever. That would be a crime against humanity, wouldn't it?
I don't think it's lost forever, but he has to rip it off YouTube.
Okay.
Yeah. So, and I wouldn't want to do that because I don't know how. But well, no, I guess I could
I
probably
gotta
get.
get. My computer's too big. I can't read what you guys. I don't want to put it here.
I could get it done. YouTube to MP3. Just make an MP3 out of it.
That's So yeah, it's not lost forever,
No,
obviously.
yeah. So I do that with music for my phone. I'll like load up an MP3 or a YouTube video of a song I want on my phone, and then I'll split the window here and have another window over here with YouTube to MP3, and then I'll copy the address and put it into that, and then I'll convert it into an MP3, download it to my computer, upload it to my phone, free music.
I don't know how you do it, but
Are you explaining how to pirate on here?
No.
well, you know, all the music.
Music uploading it to your phone without paying for it?
Yeah.
Pirating?
Well,
Is that what that is?
Everything I
Oh
listen to
shit!
is on
I didn't
YouTube
know that was
anyway.
pirating.
Taking something you didn't pay for. I mean, music, copyrighted material.
YouTube doesn't make you pay for any. I mean,
Yeah, isn't it? But they post it on you. Everything I listen to
Yeah,
is
but
on
you can't
YouTube.
just
that's how
download
Vivo,
it.
right?
You can't just download and use it. That's pirating in its number one definition. You know, you don't have a license for that music. There's probably most of the time not even a license to watch it on YouTube.
Of course, I don't do that.
All right, all right.
This is just speaking hypothetically.
Hypothetically, huh? High and pathetically.
Right.
Wrong show.
All right, here we go. Recording on. And here comes that beautiful bean footage.
You're listening to Surreal Talk, a look inside the world of cults, conspiracies, and the paranormal.
Something's not right, man. Something's not right. Something's bullshit here, and I don't believe it.
Honestly, this crazy shit could be completely possible. Not today.
Yeah, good.
Disclaimer, we reserve the right to be wrong, ladies and gentlemen.
That's true. A stance.
You think you know the whole story?
Think
Think
again.
again.
Now your hosts, Eric and Everett.
Welcome to Surreal Talk, a look inside the world of cults, conspiracies, and the paranormal, a lineupmedia.fm production, and we are back. Look, they're getting me in the chat already talking about Halo. How was I supposed to do the intro when they're talking about Halo in the chat?
You're supposed to not pay attention to the chat.
I know. I didn't. I just caught it caught my eye.
Saw the word Halo and lost all.
Whoa. He's talking about BR skills and shit. I'm like, oh wait, what?
Yeah. Anyway,
yeah, we're back, guys, and we got Armand with us. He wasn't with us last week. He
Or
was
the week
at
before.
you were gone for 2 weeks. No, you were only gone
been a
a
while.
You only missed one show,
I think
You may
the
have been
last
gone 2
one
weeks.
I was on was a flat Earth one.
which was there was only been one in between there. We did the cannibal one between there.
That's right,
I would have
cannibal.
loved to have had you on for the cannibal show. Being
I
bet
being
you
a
need a
doctor
human.
of some sort.
savored that one, yeah.
I bet
you
you
guys
need a
talk
human.
about prions and stuff.
Oh yeah,
with
mad cow, mad human disease.
Very good, yeah.
Yeah.
Encephalopathies and things like that.
Yeah, a little bit. That's not,
Now, do you guys? We were wondering about what's the determination between like cannibalism and necrophagia? We were
Sir,
talking-
that was a week ago.
Oh,
I
okay,
don't
sorry.
remember that far back
Okay.
now.
Let's discuss.
I'd have to bring up my notes.
Smoker Toker and
Joker, Smoker, Toker.
Yeah.
No, that's for another time too.
all right.
Yeah,
well,
that's
are we
cool.
wishing Ocho? Does everybody know what he's doing?
He
No.
doesn't. He's out on a
Undisclosed.
vacation. We'll say.
Okay, so nobody knows
So
what's going on.
we're gonna
Okay, let's
actually
disclose that later.
Speaking of Ocho Man,
I
though,
won't drop
he's
it.
on the other show with us. Eric's got 2 shows with him, Ocho Man, and
Yeah.
I got Joker, Smoker, Toker. I want to do a Ocho Man appreciation show on Ocho Man while he's gone. Have everybody from the office come in, talk about the Ocho Man, and release an episode without him.
You're sure he'd be
Really?
appreciated?
I'm sure he'll be
You mean
appreciated.
derogated.
Oh, yeah.
Everybody loves Och. At least maybe it's just me.
Well,
That would be a cool, just like a round
He's a
table
bastard,
of
but-
everybody.
Yeah, just have everybody
yeah,
come
he's
in.
he's a
say few words.
lovable rogue.
Indeed. All right. Well, past that,
I could do the
Yeah.
intro.
you can do the intro. That'd be great. I'm gonna mute my
English
shit so it stops
accent?
coming up.
Hola, muchachos. This is the Ocho Man.
That's not English. Hola, muchachos. This is the Ocho Man.
Yeah,
That's not.
a hybrid.
You have a shit English accent.
That's just one of them.
Mate, come on, mate. Get it together, mate.
That's
It's not. You're
that's the
too
only-
much
that-
into it.
That's the only English accent you have. I have like
It
4 or
doesn't
5
matter.
of them.
It doesn't matter.
Sure.
not bad.
Yeah.
Bad.
Anyway, show today. What's the show today?
Yes, please.
The crazy shit that probably not possible, right? Isn't that what we said?
No. This crazy shit might not actually be true. It's from the
Oh, yeah.
fucking intro. This crazy shit might actually be true.
Yeah,
This
I was
crazy
just
shit
messing
might
it up on
not.
purpose.
Oh, why would you do that? Why you always act stupid? That's what that one guy was saying.
what is
when
the
you talk stupid, that's when he hates you.
I don't, well, fuck that guy anyway.
Well, what is the title of the show? Usually the show has a title. So
Yeah,
what
this
is it?
crazy shit might not actually be
So
true.
in our intro, we have that crazy shit might actually be possible.
Oh,
Is that true or possible?
Pretty sure it's true.
I think it's possible.
Oh shit! Well, I'll have to fix this.
Well, I
up.
thought
So
the-
you're telling me that I'm wrong when you were wrong.
you
the
were
first-
you were wronger.
See what I deal with?
well, now if I had a log line for this show, I'd say it's the most preposterous
Fair enough. I mean,
considered theories.
it's the conspiracy theories that you should ridicule.
It's the ones that you should look at and go, "That's fucking."
that
dumb.
give conspiracy theories in general a bad
Exactly.
name.
Like we had a thread on the group. It's got over 100 comments on it. We were asking, what is the craziest shit people could say? A lot of it was stuff that could actually be true, stuff that we can't prove either way. You know what I mean? Let me bring up the group here.
Right, yeah.
So
It's not Australian. It's a British
So
accent.
I'd say right off the bat that I'd say flat Earth is probably the most, but
Well,
only
where the
because so
fuck
many
were
people
you 2
believe it.
weeks ago.
Yeah, but I think it's because I go by how many people believe it. Because I mean, we have some on here that I think maybe one person in the world believes. The birds, etc. I mean,
Right,
we'll get
but-
to that.
So what you're saying is flat Earth's a preposterous conspiracy
Well,
theory.
no, but it's probably the most.
all right, here's one that was suggested. Tunnels connect military bases all across the country.
Okay,
I said that's
well,
not that crazy.
Yeah, that's not nuts to me.
We need crazier.
Yeah, that's,
So-
that's not so crazy.
What else we
Right.
got? Stevie Wonder isn't blind. That's a good one.
Have you seen that?
I mean, but that
Yeah,
could
but
be
what's
possible.
the impact of that?
That could
though?
be possible.
Of course,
Well,
it could
I
be
mean,
possible.
I'm
sure.
wanting shit like here's what let's start on it right now.
Okay.
The Beatles never existed.
Well, now you're getting out
Now
into
look.
left field a little bit.
I've heard
yeah.
their music.
Yeah, exactly. But
But as a corollary, Paul's dead. I mean, would you? Now, how much?
Again,
how much credence would you
I've
give
talked
that?
about the Paul's dead thing. Really doesn't matter because if he died in '66 or whenever, right around then, whenever they said
Yeah.
he did, the Paul we've had has been
It's
our
pretty
Paul
damn good,
way fucking longer than original Paul.
and he's better. Yeah.
Yeah, he's put out way more hits than the original Paul. So
True enough.
bye original Paul. Don't
Yeah.
care
But I
about
think we
you.
have to have some sort of.
You're not even original Paul anymore. You're just fucking a memory.
Old Paul.
He's Paul.
But I think we should have some sort of grading system. I don't know. This Dr. Grimes apparently has one, but what I would go by is how preposterous it is, and we've talked about like on a scale of 1 to 10, and then how
See,
many people believe it.
How preposterous it is really depends on the person because some people find some shit completely plausible, others are immediately that's
Oh,
preposterous.
I don't know. Let's give one that we would give a 10.
But as
I
a
think
group,
the
I think we're
birds
all
one
pretty
is the
close.
best on here, actually,
So-
as far as being completely off the wall.
Looking for this crazy shit, I started just Googling most
Yeah.
preposterous. You can imagine what I Google to get to some of these topics. But here's from part of a list on shortlist.com that says the Beatles never existed. So they say, forget the old chestnut, the Paul's dead, of course.
Mm-hmm.
How about they were from the Beatles were a faked band with a staff from the beginning. Kind of like how the Monkees were.
I'd give that a
Four
scale
actors?
of 1 to 10.
If you're telling me 4 actors, then the Beatles existed.
Right, they existed.
It doesn't matter. Yeah, I mean,
They actually say that the actors were replaced a couple times over the years too, and that explains how like eyebrows and shit move
I mean,
places.
So what is the likelihood of that? I'd say on a scale of 1 to 10, maybe 2.
no,
Not
plausible, but not. It's not
Yeah,
possible.
and right, but it's not like they're aliens though. If somebody said the Beatles are from Saturn's moon of Titan,
Yeah, I mean,
or it was an
that's-
implanted memory
and
in the-
composed of silicon, then
that
I'd
shit
say
ever
it's more like a 0, or 0.5.
It's the only possible way it could be is that they have a monkey situation. That's the only way. You
Oh,
can,
what?
The Monkees, like how
Yeah,
they were a
they
fake
were-
band in the
right.
beginning.
Oh, really?
You didn't know that they didn't play their
Yeah,
own
I
music.
think
Eventually, they learned and played their own music. But
Right.
Hey, with the
They had an
Monkees.
audition for the they actually had an audition I think for. You remember the Brady Bunch show? They made Greg a star because he fit the the expensive
put on the vest, and
outfit.
there you go.
Yeah, that's kind of what the Monkees were.
Yeah, Monkees. I mean, they had some.
They were
good
actually pretty
songs,
good.
but, yeah.
I like the Monkees.
They had, hey, with the monk. That's
They had
the
Last Train to Clarksville.
That's the only one I know.
Another Pleasant Valley Sunday.
Valley Sunday.
That was a big hit.
There's one other one they had was pretty good. But
Well, hell, what's his name? Michael Nesmith's mother invented Whiteout, so he's okay anyway. He doesn't need any music.
Really?
Yeah.
I invented the Post-it note.
Davy Jones was
No,
on
you
a
did.
shit
Those two
ton.
girls that went to.
Davy Jones was on a shit ton of Scooby Doo,
saw
so
that
he's
movie.
probably doing okay.
Oh man, I bet a lot of chicks loved him.
I think all the Monkees were on Scooby Doo a few
Which
times.
one died? Was it Torque?
I
One of them
don't
just
know.
died.
Who
like
was
a
it?
month
Mike
ago.
Jones? Was he a monkey?
No, Peter Tork, Michael Nesmith,
Michael Nesmith.
Davy Jones, Mickey Dolenz.
Mickey Dolenz is what I was thinking. No,
I think Peter Tork just died.
I don't know.
yeah. How about this one? Saddam Hussein. You guys were familiar with him, right?
Saddam, yeah.
Saddam, you heard of him?
Yes.
So the old story goes that Saddam had a Stargate. You
Yeah.
familiar with Stargates? Have you seen that movie?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not saying that the rumor goes that he had an exact Stargate from the movie. You
Same
know what I
one.
mean?
Well, you think he would have got away before they hanged him, or
Well,
was
I
that was not him being hanged?
The theory says that the Second Gulf War was waged in order to close the Stargate that he owned, preventing the New World Order and an alien invasion of Earth.
Now,
Okay, there again, how many people would believe this? Where did you get? I mean,
Again, this is on the list of some of the craziest, conspiracy theories out there. That's why 1% of people probably believe this.
not even.
1%?
1%?
Conspiracy
1.5% of
theories.
conspiracy theorists. Maybe.
Okay.
That's why this is on
Right.
the list today. It's like, who the fuck believes this?
I don't.
Stargate, I mean, I'm going to have a little proof of that one. Not that there's a Stargate, but that Saddam.
I think it's more likely that the Earth is flat than that. That should be. I think that should be the gauge.
Oh,
How
is
does
it more or less
compare to-
likely to flat Earth?
But
Yeah,
that's
right,
not
it's
likely
right.
at all.
Yeah, I'm giving I'm giving Stargate a little bit more credence than
You think so?
yeah,
Really?
Flat
No,
Stargate
come
gets
on.
more credence than flat Earth.
Ooh, flat
100%.
Stargate.
I disagree.
It is flat. Because it wouldn't be. Saying.
A Stargate?
I mean, a wormhole
And Saddam
generator. Let's
had
look
it?
at it like that. It's a wormhole generator. It
There
could be
you go.
alien
Yeah,
technology.
but what the hell? How did Saddam get it?
Because
I say it's more likely that it could have been buried in that desert thousands of years ago, and they found it.
Yeah, the
like
cradle.
the movie. Wasn't that in the
Exactly,
movie?
just like the movie.
Yeah.
And they found it. It is more likely
You think it's more likely
than
than
the Earth being flat. Alien technology existing on Earth seems way more likely.
I agree.
Yeah, but Saddam Hussein discovering it, not getting the hell out
If
of
the
here.
Earth was flat, the gravity would be different toward the outer edge than it would be in the inner edge. So that, like, you would be in so they say that the North Pole is the very center.
Please, God, don't get into
well,
this.
we won't. Yeah, we
Am
won't.
I right or wrong?
You're
now?
totally right.
I'm
Go ahead.
on your
But
side.
let's not argue it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Right.
It's like somebody believing red
Okay,
looks
now-
like red, yelling that it's red to a guy who believes it's red. You know what I mean?
Well, now explain to me the physics of a Stargate.
Oh, well, that's
It's an
easy.
It's an Einstein Rosen
Please do.
bridge, some exotic matter,
Yeah,
a
it's
little
like it's kind of like this.
Wormhole.
wormhole. Yeah.
Okay.
You ever seen pottery?
Einstein Bose.
Einstein Rosen?
Rosen.
Einstein Rosen Bridge, right? Yeah.
That's what I did.
Bose Einstein condensate. Is that what I was thinking?
That's a
of?
different
Yeah,
thing.
Yeah. Correct.
How about the moon doesn't exist?
Now that one's pretty.
Prove it. Prove it's there.
Prove
Who
it's there.
believe, now there? Where'd you get that? Who believes that?
Again, this
This
is
is-
from another one of those lists out there on the interwebs.
Well,
What is it?
We did hit it, and I heard it ring
Optical
like
illusion?
a bell.
So this is a David Icke theory.
Oh, fuck.
He's come up with all kinds of great shit, but
He's the lizard guy.
Oh.
The one that says there's the race
Queen's
of
a
lizards,
lizard, yeah,
and
most
they all
of
live
the
inside
British.
the Earth, the hollow Earth, and they
Why don't we get him on the show? Him I want to talk to.
he
pretty
contends that it's
fucking
actually a
popular.
hologram.
Uh-huh.
what?
The moon. That's what David Icke actually contends that it's a hologram.
Well, now wait. We already talked about. Isn't it even a personage as august as Elon Musk says we're a simulation, right? And that's like a 50% or
He says
90% chance.
Well, honestly,
anything could be
If you
possible.
believe it at all, it's got to be like a 99.9999% chance, because it just goes by saying that there will eventually in the infinite area of time, if we get to the point where we can create an AI and mass produce AI like intelligences, eventually every consciousness that existed is going to most likely have been an AI, because there's just be so many of them.
But how does that account for us? So that some other civilizations
We are part of a
already done
civilization.
that, and
right.
now.
Right, we were part of that.
All right.
Where
So
are
what are the odds of that?
simulations?
I mean, pretty good.
100%.
Well, I'm asking you. What do you think?
I don't think it's
You're the
true. I don't
computer
feel
guy.
like I don't feel like I'm in a simulation.
Yeah, but if the simulation's designed good enough, you
Do the
won't feel
Ocho
like
Man
you're in a
show. You sure
simulation.
will.
Yeah.
All right.
I mean, I don't know.
but that
so
has
the moon
more,
doesn't exist.
You lend
Flat-
more credence to that than the moon doesn't exist, or the Stargate,
Or the flat Earth.
flat Earth. Yeah.
What was the last one? Sorry, a little brain fart. What were we-
Well, what
that
we're
the
talking
moon
about
doesn't
that
exist?
we're
No.
a simulation.
the simulation.
Yeah.
No, I would say it's more like, oh fuck, that's tough. What's more likely, the moon doesn't exist or a simulation? Simulation.
What's more likely, simulation or flat Earth?
But I'm telling you, if we're in a simulation, then the moon doesn't exist. So it's kind of
Nothing
a double
exists,
whammy.
right?
It's irrelevant at that point, isn't it?
Right.
I mean, the
Okay.
moon. We could have 4 moons in reality, and the simulation. The simulation. The only difference could be there's 1 moon.
How about a multiverse? I mean, an infinite number of universes. What do you think
Again-
about that one?
I think that's way more possible than say a flat Earth.
Why? I mean, doesn't that kind of strike you as
Look up in the sky
Supposedly
with,
it has to
with the
be.
pair of binoculars and see everything else in the universe that's round.
well? I mean, according to physicists, it has to be a multiverse. But I don't know if I
No,
buy their
I mean-
lot. That's what they say.
I mean, there's 100 different physicists will say 100 different things. Multiverse.
That's the problem.
Omniverse.
Yeah, I mean, there's a whole bunch of different ways. it could go.
Octo.
Could be
it's a
this is
joke.
the
I
only
made that one
universe.
up.
Quadriverse.
Yeah, I made that one up.
All right. Well, uni is 1, so yeah, do over. Maybe there's 2.
Oh.
But if there's more than 1, there has to be an infinite number, right? You're
Is
aware
that-
of
is that true?
that theory.
If there's more than one,
Yeah,
there has to
there's
be an
more
infinite.
than 1, there has to be an infinite number, supposedly.
I mean, that's one way.
I'm not a
That seems like a
physicist.
rule or a law.
I can't figure out how to-
You know what I mean?
Again,
Fix a
whenever you
bunion.
can't even see the basis of an extra universe out there, like where you can even see even the little shred of evidence that there's a multiverse, you can't say there's only 1 or a billion or infinite. You can't.
Okay.
I mean, it's all theoretical at this point.
Right.
It's religious. So would David would say. Love the
Yeah.
guy.
Well, look at all this
But,
stuff.
it's-
look at
that's
these
religion.
crazy things you have on here. All right.
It's what you choose to believe. I choose to believe there's probably a multiverse. I want to believe that, but again, even though I dig science and I believe what they say, they have no shred of evidence for a multiverse.
Why is that so attractive to you,
They
though?
have
Why do you want to believe
mathematical-
that?
It seems I don't know. Just for whatever reason, I find it a
An
romantic
infinite number
idea.
of Everetts out there?
And an infinite numbers and not Everetts. I mean, that's the funny thing about infinity. Everything and nothing all at once.
I'll have to ponder that.
Yeah.
All right.
If there's an infinite number of Everetts, I'm going around and kicking all their asses in every multiverse there is.
I mean, then there's
Get me
also
a Rick
at
spaceship.
the same time there's an infinite number where I kicked your ass at the same time.
That's true, too.
Those are the ones I'm not going to visit.
There's even a universe where that guy, that caller, actually likes you better than Everett, right?
And there's an infinite number of those universes.
Right. Yeah.
There's an infinite number where he did that exact same voicemail, but he changed out the expletives.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And left
Yeah.
out a comma.
He said,
Is
say,
it-
"Fuck you." He said, "Eat shit." You know
Is
what
there
I
one
mean?
where he
Right.
did it in a British accent, mate?
Probably
Not that well, though.
All right. So you say, almost on my side, mate. You'll figure it out eventually.
I'm
all right?
not. Yeah, but our English listener doesn't like your accent.
Yeah, I don't like her accent.
All
I
right.
think it's shit.
You want to give him the avian theory? That one to me is
I got a couple
screwiest.
other ones in here
All
on this
right.
page that I thought were
Okay.
kind of interesting. Jay-Z is a time traveling vampire.
Okay, I'm with you.
Now what?
Go
what is
on.
the
So
proof
there's
for this.
So there's an old photo. You'll have to Google it. There's a photo
I've seen it.
of Jay-Z. Here it is, right here. That looks just like Jay-Z way back when. But that said, you can put on those clothes, take a picture in modern day New York, apply a sepia filter,
Yes.
and it looks like it's old. So I do.
Where's
I do
the
not think,
vampire come in?
Because
because he's
drinks
lived all that
blood.
long ago. He's not
Yeah, but not
necessarily.
necessarily living off blood, right?
kidding, Armand.
It's one or the other. You would think. It's either then he was back then, or he's now. That's time traveling. Or he lived back then and he just lived all the way to now.
Still
Right,
now.
Maybe he's.
That's just
yeah.
standard time travel like we're doing now.
That's but he's a vampire at that point because he's living forever, right?
Not necessarily.
Right.
Is a vampire the only creature that can live forever, theoretically?
Yeah, that's why this whole thing is fucking ridiculous.
How about that
How many-
creature in Star Trek that killed Scotty's girlfriend?
Q?
The one that
No,
sucked
the-
on her that had the.
No, the one, remember, they were on the pleasure planet or wherever Scotty hit his
Risa?
head?
Oh no, it's been too long.
Yeah, the
Original series I've
the
only
original
been through
series.
one time.
Oh, well, I've
so
seen it 100 times. I haven't seen the other ones. Anyway,
anyway,
there's an organism that lived virtually
there's one
forever.
more good one here. Dinosaurs helped build the pyramids. I thought
Now,
this
that
was
one's a
fucking
good one.
hilarious.
That's a good one.
Yeah, so basically they're saying the discovery of a pyramid in Ukraine that dates from the Jurassic period is what they're saying.
Sure.
Wait, what?
It's not. See, that's the weird thing about these headlines. They're so fantastical. And when they say dinosaurs helped build the pyramids, you think automatically Egypt.
Yeah.
But what they're claiming is there's a pyramid they found in Ukraine that is 60 million years old, dates to the Jurassic, that dinosaurs more than likely would have helped build.
That's
So again,
So there's a couple of crazy things going on here.
so many.
Number one, You're expecting that these big dinosaurs are going to pick fucking blocks
They were
up and build-
domesticated.
Domesticated. And
Right.
not only that, intelligent enough to build complex structures.
Well, I think the implication would be probably some aliens helped out, and the dinosaurs may have been slave
God, no,
labor.
who knows, 60
like,
million years ago-
like the Jews.
Who knows what the dominant civilization
Can't
was on
say
this
the
planet?
Jews.
How do we know those dinosaurs weren't?
That's kind of apocryphal too. Yeah, it's not really confirmed that the Jews did build the pyramids.
Let me toss
as
this at you.
slaves.
How do we know those dinosaurs weren't subjugated by more evolved dinosaurs? Dinosaurs lived for hundreds of millions of years. Plenty of time for an intelligent race of dinosaurs to evolve, subjugate, and domesticate other dinosaurs. Boom. New theory. Fucking bonkers.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Anybody can come up with a stupid
Eric, I
theory.
can see he's chewing on that one because he's
Yeah.
like, holy
Yeah.
shit.
I like that.
I can see the wheels turning
He's
there.
like,
He's
I like that.
ruminating.
That probably happened.
That
There
made
was-
sense to him. Yeah.
Make a YouTube video tonight.
Make a YouTube video tonight. That's what T-Rex was. He used to have long arms. He was in the middle of evolving down into
Yeah, cool.
a
He
smarter
didn't need him
being.
anymore. He had all the little
his arms
raptors
were halfway
working for him,
through.
doing all the shit. So I mean, what the fuck do he need long arms for, right? I mean,
But
Yeah,
this is the type of
that's
thing
not that's Lamarckian.
Yeah, this
it's
is
not
good.
true evolution.
this is right up there in my opinion of just somebody wanting to believe something.
Well, that's what I'm saying. You can come up with any stupid, foolish thing. First of all, what did they use to date this pyramid they supposedly found?
Let's see. Let's check the quote of this website. It's built in Crimea. Let's see. I'm gonna.
The thing
I'm
that
just
is
gonna search for
interesting,
carbon
though,
dating to see if that's
right.
The
it's not
word carbon is not
nah,
used
no,
anywhere in the
it can't
article.
be. That's
Of
too
course
long.
not.
Carbon dating's not that long. I mean, it's like what is it, potassium argon dating, I believe.
Yeah, whatever it is. There's no. Let me find your date.
Anyway, but what is interesting to me is that all these pyramids all over the world are similar. You know,
Oh,
like
yeah,
that. You know,
that's-
the old Mesoamerica, and
they were built
that's
along
interesting.
the same standard.
Yeah, yeah. Now that's more okay. Some aliens helped everybody out. Yeah,
Flintstones, hello.
yeah.
So there's a quote here that says the pyramids were built in the era of the dinosaurs. Says the scientist in an interview with ICTV.
Okay.
That's it. That's
So he's saying these
all the
pyramids are like
truth they got
70
here.
million years old,
That's what they're fucking saying.
or 100 million years
Who's
old.
the doctor so we can publicly shame him and ridicule him on air?
Just a scientist, man. Just that's what the deal with these conspiracy theories. So it's a scientist, a doctor says without any kind of evidence.
Well, no, you got to hold that motherfucker responsible.
Of
if
course
he's the
you
one
do.
saying that shit.
That's what I'm saying. These are the craziest of crazy conspiracy theories. There's absolutely nothing to back them up.
Yeah, okay.
And
So
it takes the giantest leap of faith and want to believe these, to
All
actually
right.
believe them.
Well, you want to describe this Dr. Grimes theory, this theorist?
Go through it, Eric. This is what you found.
Yeah.
So it's the last page of the document. It's the shit you put in there about how,
Okay. All right.
Well, this seems like a good time since
No,
we're
it's
talking about how crazy these things are.
So this is the formula to figure out if a
Not
conspiracy
actually a
theory is
formula.
true or
There's
not.
no-
No, there's no formula, but that's what they said. So the data is from these examples meant Dr. Grimes could calculate the possibility of a conspiracy being revealed. So what this does is it goes through a few things and tests a conspiracy theory based on what it would
so no.
take to.
Did you read this? Before?
Yeah, of course I read this. Why do you think it's here?
I don't know just the way you're talking about it. Didn't seem like you read it. So what he's saying, the equation basically is an algorithm that says the more people involved in it, the more likely over a set amount of time that this conspiracy will be revealed. So what he's saying is the moon landing, with the amount of people that were involved in the moon landing, would have made public in just 3.7 years is all it would have taken.
You're not giving a good before. So like it takes one. He determined that it's 1 in 4 million, and it may sound like a small number, but it increases as the number of
it's 4 in 1
conspirators.
million.
It increases as the number of conspirators grows and time passes. So
That's
that
exactly
means,
what I said.
No, you didn't. You saying
I said the more people involved with the more amount of time in there, that it will be someone will come out and reveal
the
the
more
conspiracy.
likely it'll be debunked.
Right.
Is that what this guy's saying?
Yeah.
I don't agree with that at all.
Why?
Well, look at the moon landing was faked.
Okay, how many?
Any number of people could come out and say, I worked for NASA and it's faked, and NASA would deny it and people wouldn't believe them. Right? How is that going to debunk?
Got you
Who
there.
has? Who has come out and said that though?
Who cares?
I'm sure there's been plenty
I've
of
come
people
out
who-
1,000 times and said climate change is a fake, and a lot of other people have too. People still believe it.
Well,
and they've actually found
'cause
emails,
it's a fraud.
people saying that it is a fraud. Yeah,
No, they have not.
sure they have. What do you think? What do you think?
I think you're right though. I think he's missing the whole
Yeah.
like like you could say that it is a conspiracy and it didn't happen, but you have the
Right.
credibility of the
Nobody's gonna
organization.
believe you anyway.
Right. NASA has credibility.
Right.
How
with
many
the
times on
standard
the,
person?
right, how many times on this show have you guys talked about? But I think you got to add one. I think the most famous now. I don't know when this was, but I would say it's the Twin Towers.
Whoa.
Right?
That it was a
That's the-
government conspiracy.
Right. That's what you believe, right?
No.
You don't. How come you wear
No.
that dumb shirt?
He does
'Cause it's
believe. No,
merch.
hold on. You don't believe the government had anything to do with it?
I don't know what happened.
Nick
what I
Drago
do
does.
know is that what they said happened isn't the truth.
Okay.
That's-
so there is
that's-
some kind of conspiracy.
There's
though.
something there.
Okay, it's
I'm not
been-
gonna come out and
How
say,
long's
like,
it
the
been?
government
18
did it
years?
or
It's been
whatever.
18 years.
Go 17 and a half, but yeah.
Yeah. Well, why and all that dust from those two towers?
Well, that's what I'm
there's-
saying.
You know what I mean? There's
I'm
fucking
just-
explosives.
That's why I'm
in
putting
there.
that in here.
It's
instead
weird
of-
that they're still finding bone fragments from the terrorists.
That's insane. Yeah,
that long ago.
they found bone
Okay.
fragments from somebody that was on the third from the top floor
right.
on one of them, like 6
Okay, it's
miles
been
away or
18
something.
years. It had to be a pretty concerted effort. Had to be a lot of people involved.
Not really. They all died.
Who?
He's
Who was
talking about
involved?
setting it up. Like
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Who was involved? Who would have had to, how many people you need? The one team to rig the fucking explosives?
A few dozen, probably a few
The
dozen.
plane?
I don't
But you don't have
Put
to
somebody
let
to tell them
but
to
that's
do
the
it.
thing though, because you don't have to let so you mastermind the whole deal, and you don't let this person know what this person's doing, and that they're all part of a bigger scheme. You don't. I mean, you have a job. I'm paying
So
you
in other
$5,000
words-
to do this job. You
So
do
in
that
other
job.
words, you think the thing could have happened, and the conspiracy will never
The
be. It'll
conspirators
never be
might
betrayed.
not have had to know about it. The people
Okay.
that were doing the individual parts of the job might not have known that they're
But see-
everything in the whole story. You know.
But see, the thing about that, I equate that with the moon landing was fake. Now, the other ones you have here, obviously our listeners can't see it, but it's climate change is a fraud. That's true. The vaccinations cause autism. That's false. A cure for cancer is being withheld. Maybe. Okay, but these are all scientific things that can be proven. I don't know if you can prove now. You can say, look.
Hold on. How can you now, at this point, prove that the moon landing was faked unless you can get a hold
Right.
of the
I
moon
don't know if
rocks?
you can.
That's the only thing you can do is get a hold of the moon rocks.
You would think.
Tell me any
But
other evidence.
Other people can say that's not from that might be meteors from South America. I mean,
Hell, man,
Antarctica.
maybe that's why they don't. Maybe that's why they don't let you fucking own moon rocks.
How come they don't go back? That's the other question.
I mean,
been
yeah,
50 years.
Well, the reasoning would be what do you have to gain from going to the moon?
Well,
what do we have to go
that's what
gain
I'm
for
saying.
the first time? But
How do you? But like, I mean, here's one that can be proven. I think vaccinations cause autism. First of all, the question I always have is who?
that's pretty much a bucket statement.
gains?
Yeah, it should say can or could or are likely
Certain
linked to.
vaccinations.
Yeah.
It shouldn't be that blanket statement of vaccines cause autism.
I've never
Everybody
seen
gets
any-
one, you're going to get autism.
I've read several papers on it. I've never seen any compelling evidence. Now, it does seem if you get all your vaccinations at one time, I think that's what they're claiming. You
well,
know, you
it's
get
supposed
too
to be
many.
like mercury fulminate or something
yes,
inside of a.
yeah.
The preservative or something.
Thimerosal. That's what it's
Whatever
called.
is not the it's not the inoculant itself. I think it's the preservative or
Yeah,
whatever.
yeah, it's what keeps it good.
But see, even then, though, it's really, I mean, these you would think are provable. To say we never went to the moon, that's a pretty big conspiracy.
At
You
the end
would
of the day,
think
though,
by now that would come
anti-vaxxers
out.
thinking anti-vaxxer style, and the logic is probably the last thing from their mind. But wouldn't you have to think they'd have to? Here's your mathematical equation: chances of contracting measles versus the chances of contracting autism
from the shot to
from a
prevent
shot.
the measles.
right.
What's your better bet?
So
Well, yeah, but
even if you say they give out say 1 million measles vaccinations a year, and you can attribute 100 of those a year given out autism, I'd say you've got a much better chance of contracting measles without that vaccination just from general
That's
populace.
true, but you still believe that it does cause. I don't believe it causes autism at
I don't-
all.
I don't either. But what I'm saying is,
But you're
if
saying
you get
I'd still
logical
take,
about it.
Yeah, but you'd still take the risk.
I'd take the
if you had a
risk.
child, which you do.
Right.
So do you think that if you eat mercury, you don't get like sick or anything, or?
Let me ask you this: is mercury, and this is rhetorical? 'cause
We've all had inoculations. Nobody has autism. Well, maybe.
I might have a little.
Yeah, I don't know. That guy may be right. You are pretty dumb.
I think I developed a little touch of something in my later
I might be
years.
just burnt.
Well,
That
how
could
about
be
that?
it.
How about another? Remember when cell phones were supposed to give you cancer?
Maybe
Remember
they still
that?
do.
Yeah.
Well,
Oh, man,
I don't know.
saw-
We haven't debunked that one yet either.
No,
have
we haven't because you know what? That's that fucking 5G. Man,
now
I'm
what?
telling you what. I was on a kick. I went down
Sorry.
a fucking rabbit hole with some 5G shit the other day.
I didn't think we
and
had 5G yet.
We don't.
We don't.
Well, what are you talking about?
Yeah, it's coming.
Okay, so now, well, we'll have a show on that then. That'd be a good
What
show.
do you
Fifth
think's wrong with
generation is-
LeBron's face. All I'm gonna say.
Oh, because he got that early in Nokia.
But I'm just saying, how do you prove or disprove that? Believe me, you can't disprove or. I mean, I went to a medical conference this week. We're listening to a lecture from Germany, and we're all looking at each other and going, this guy's a total nut.
Here's how you prove it: you get an antenna that is way more power than anything you would ever use. You stick a rabbit right next to it, and you crank that fucker up to 11. And if that rat or any of the rabbits in the area, any of them get cancer, then it's more likely a possibility that
Well,
electromagnetic radiation could cause
I
cancer.
don't buy that either, though, because that's like saying, I drop a pebble on my head, it doesn't hurt me. I drop a boulder on my head, it kills me. Yeah, anything will kill you at a certain
Pebble
dosage.
can kill you.
Yeah, at a certain height.
But I think what they're saying
That's
is
what
it
I'm saying.
attributes to it. So like extended periods of use of a cell phone is
Right.
like, and we're
And it's
using
not
them
saying
more and
for
more and more.
Every single person in every single
Right.
case.
No, and it could be environmental factors have a lot to play in. It could be your
Absolutely.
health, conditioning.
I just
There's a
don't.
lot
It's
of
not the
stuff that-
radiation per se or the
Well,
microwaves. or
yeah,
whatever.
I mean it is that, but there's things that you could do that are
I've talked
helping
about-
other people not contract it versus.
Listen, I've talked about this on this show, and I'll tell you what, you're better off. It's called hormesis. Basically, what your body adapts, like low levels of radiation,
Mm-hmm.
your body will adapt to that and get stronger. It's just like the same concept of lifting weights.
Right, I did the same thing
Just
with
like
iocane.
Mithridates. Remember, I don't know if I talked about it on this show or Ocho Man. Mithridates was an emperor of some distant land. But the Romans, he fought the Romans, and he was terribly frightened of being poisoned by the Romans. So every day he ate a little poison. Nobody could poison this guy.
Right.
Iocane powder from Australia.
You got that?
You know anything about iocane?
No, but
It's
is
a
that
colorless,
the same?
odorless, tasteless powder. Comes from
Okay.
Australia.
You never get in
No.
a battle of wits with death with the Thethelian when death is on the line? No?
What are you talking
Never seen
about?
Princess
Princess
Bride?
Bride?
Long
Carrie
time
Ellis,
ago.
Andre the Giant?
Yeah,
Fucking
okay.
The guy
Wallace
with the
Shawn.
list?
That was in that
What's
movie?
his
I don't
name?
remember that.
So remember the Man in Black in that movie was Carrie Ellis.
Yeah.
Wallace Shawn, you know Wallace Shawn, he's a good actor.
Okay.
They have a part of the movie where they come at each other and they have a battle of the wits. And the battle of wits end up being, I've got this poison. I'm putting it in one of the glasses of wine.
Okay.
Is it the one in front of me or the one in front of you? You choose, we drink. Whoever, if you chose right, you die. If you chose wrong, you die. Or
Whatever. I get it. Yeah.
Long story short, he had spent up a time building immunity to iocane powder. So it was in
Poisoned
both
both of
glasses.
them.
So the guy is battle of wits. He switched.
Who
it.
did that?
He's like,
The
hey,
hero?
look over there.
Yeah, the
and
Man
then
in
he
Black.
switched the glasses and he's like, all right, let's drink.
Okay.
But-
Well, that was like Shemp. Yeah, that was in the Three Stooges too.
Was it?
Yeah.
I didn't
I
know
remember
that.
that episode.
That's where they
Yeah,
got it
Christine
from. I've seen a
McIntyre.
lot of Three Stooges, too.
Yeah, remember that?
No, I don't remember that one.
Oh, sure.
Good
Short life
stuff.
and a merry one.
Yeah. Anyways, you get a minute.
Anyway,
guys.
but I'm
Check
just
out
saying-
that 5G shit. That shit's nuts.
Well, I'm just saying, I mean, like exposure to radio, that's one of the main arguments against nuclear power, that it's low-level radiation. That stuff doesn't kill you. I mean, you can be exposed. It lasts hundreds of thousands of years. So what? There's more, you know, you get a CT
It
scan.
might
There's a
not
hell of a lot more radiation.
Here's all it takes is one of those stray waves of fucking radiation to hit your DNA, the right
Yeah, but you
spot
get
in
that
your
from
DNA.
cosmic rays. You know that.
Exactly right. But what it is if there's, you've created this falsely that wouldn't exist naturally, and that's what the argument is. You've created this, and even if it's a 1 in a trillion chance that I'm getting cancer from it, I don't want it around me.
Well,
That person has
but
a-
that's crazy. I mean,
It
that's
is
like
crazy,
saying, I don't want to go
but
to
you
work
have the
today because
right.
I might get hit by a car. Well, your odds are
that's
much greater of being
that's
a car
neuroses.
accident.
That's a neurosis
Well,
for sure.
well, that's what you're talking about too.
True,
You're
it's
talking about
different-
trillions of
difference of different levels
Sure.
of neuroses, but yeah.
Never take a plane. Never
But think
you know,
about
get in your car.
Trillions isn't that hard to believe if you think about the amount that they send out and the chances that it has to do that. You can blow through trillions of chances in
Did
a
you
day.
drive to work today?
I did.
Okay, your odds of being killed by a car accident are infinitely greater.
Way
than,
greater than
Right,
that.
of course. So you're taking chances walking across,
It is
going to
possible.
Walgreens across the street.
Anything that highly energetic and that small has a chance to fuck your DNA.
What are we talking about?
Electromagnetic radiation from phones.
You sure you don't smoke pot?
I'll try it.
That's my line. What were we saying again?
That's also my line.
Well, hey, we've been arguing or not arguing, but kicking this around. So I forgot what the premise was. It's the cell phones. I'm surprised that's not on here.
Yeah, I don't find it to be too crazy though. I mean,
Well, I mean, even okay. The big one is cancer, right? From smoking cigarettes. That
that
apparently
seems pretty obvious that causes
Well, I'm
cancer.
just saying, but that was covered up a long time, right?
True.
Yeah.
Big
Okay.
tobacco. Yeah.
They're healthy
That was
for you.
buried. Okay.
I mean, listen. Big
doctor
tobacco
recommended.
says it's good. It's okay for you. Why
I
would
don't
they
know
say
about
that?
that
If you
now.
die, then you can't buy more cigarettes.
Right.
So why would they want to kill you?
I don't think big tobacco
That's
says
true.
that anymore.
Solid.
They don't. Now they may. Well, I don't know if they knew back then or when they knew it. But I remember, you know, you've seen those ads. Your doctor recommends you smoke this. It'll clean out your lungs or whatever. You know, just like remember chewing gum used to be good because it exercised your mouth.
Apple a day keeps the doctor away. Paid for by Washington apples.
Breakfast is the most important meal of the day.
Isn't
paid
it?
for by Kellogg's.
Bird in the hands worth two in the bush. Paid for by Butterball.
Yep.
Turkeys. I don't know. Got nothing.
What the hell's he
It's a
talking?
good point.
Well, I don't know. I'll have to think about that one.
So,
too.
okay, this-
Anyway, but
Sorry,
I
I
don't
was
see
just
why
going
this
to push
guy.
on. But
I'm just saying though, if somebody came out like I worked for NASA in 1969,
Right.
and I can
50
definitely
years
tell
now.
you that we did not go to the moon.
You
Nobody's
got
going to
proof?
believe this guy.
Yeah, they will.
if he's got proof, but he'd have to have some.
Where's the proof?
Well, what if he
How
had
can you prove it?
How can they prove we
I
went
couldn't.
to
You
the
couldn't even
moon?
believe any
Well,
documents.
that's what I'm
that you came
saying.
up with.
There's no
can't.
telemetry data.
Video. What if he had video of the head of NASA at the time saying, "All right, we've got to move this over here. We're going to fix this all." Something like that. That's what it would take.
It would literally take that.
It would take multiple pieces of said evidence.
Yeah, from different angles or something. You know what I mean? At the same time.
You're going to need written evidence. You're going to need video, audio. You're going to need physical pieces of fucking
Okay,
things.
so here's what I'm.
yeah,
how about
this day and
photos?
age, you're going to need all of that.
And I don't want to shift the show in the middle of it, but
Shift
let's say what conspiracies have been proven not to be true. Proven beyond a doubt. I can think of Piltdown Man. Remember that? The missing link that was supposedly fought, but it was like a jackass's head or something, a jawbones. Remember that? Piltdown
Yeah,
Man?
I know what you're talking about. I'm just trying to think
It
of
was a
any other that have
conspiracy.
been proven.
Loch Ness Monster.
Well, that has not
has
been
not been
proven.
proven.
That
Not
fucking
yet.
guy came out and said he put tires in the lake. Are you serious?
Yeah, but
that
that
doesn't
doesn't mean that just means he faked it. Doesn't mean it doesn't exist. There's a lot of people that still believe in the Loch Ness monster. That photo was doctored. That's the
Yeah.
only thing that guy was talking about.
That's what got it all started.
You can't.
Well, I don't know. Let's
Again,
start
Loch Ness
before
Monster is
then.
one of those things. Unless they drop a fucking net the size of the lake on top of the lake and pull every single
I
fish
think
up.
people would still think it dug its way underneath be, you know,
Yeah,
come on.
there'd be something. for
Plesiosaur,
sure.
man, they fucking burrow.
Okay, what conspiracies have been proven? Not to, you know,
That have been proven true or true
or false.
Why is he putting us on the spot like this?
That's what I'm at.
Right,
Piltdown, man, I can come up with right off the bat. That was supposedly the missing
False.
link.
I mean, I could Google it for you, but I don't
proved
know. I
it.
wasn't really in that.
Shroud of Turin. Remember how about
Shroud
the
of Turin,
Shroud
yeah.
of Turin?
That was
They proved
definitely
that was not
false.
old enough, right?
Really?
Yep.
With DNA or whatever, carbon 14 on
Yeah.
they use that.
It was
it's not old enough.
It hadn't been around.
But was
long
it a
enough.
Right.
burial shroud or is there something?
Yeah, it was
They didn't know
supposed to
what
be.
it
It was
was,
supposed
but
to
it
be the
wasn't.
shroud that they
I
wrapped
understand
Jesus
what
in.
I know what the Shroud of Turin is.
Well, what it really?
Well, was it actually someone's burial shroud and they were just wrong and it was Jesus? Is my point.
I don't know about that. They just said it wasn't old enough. It was like 600 years old.
Yeah, there
or
was
whatever.
blood
Not old
stains
enough.
on it and whatnot. So
Yeah, I'm just wondering if it was like Steve from the 13th centuries or if it was actually Jesus from the 0th.
it's probably
It wasn't old enough. That was how
First
they
century?
determined.
There is
Well,
no 0th century.
First century, yeah.
The first century.
That would be
0th. Created a word.
oath.
No, I told you that there is a word. There's
It
a
is?
zero. Sure, there's a zero. I've won a lot of bets. I told you about this. The 0th law of thermodynamics.
No shit, I didn't. Wow.
Yeah. Yeah.
Finally pays off knowing you.
Damn, I shouldn't have told everybody. I won a lot of bar bets on that one.
Let's
I'll
hear
tell-
it.
Okay, well, I think I've told you guys.
I know, but I
okay,
fucking
there are
forgot
4
it,
laws of
Armand. Come on.
thermodynamics. Okay? Here's the bet you make with a guy. And this is provable. You can look it up on Google or whatever. It's great. You have Google. Okay, I'm going to give you 3 guesses. This is the law. If a body A is in thermodynamic equilibrium with a body B, and the body B is in thermodynamic equilibrium with body C, A is in thermodynamic equilibrium with body C.
You would think
That makes sense?
I mean,
Okay.
yeah.
All right, there are 4 laws of thermodynamics. There's no joke, no trick. It is one of those laws. What number is it? And I'll give you 3 guesses, and I'll give you even money. I'll bet you how much you want to bet?
0th.
500 bucks. Right, you win. But nobody's gotten it yet.
Pay me.
You didn't say yes yet.
Oh.
But
Yeah,
I
but
guarantee
you
you
didn't
they'll say first, second, fourth, third. Nobody's going to say 0th. But that's what it is.
Well, let's Google this.
It's literally the 0th law of
0th
thermodynamics. Somebody thought it would be cool to call it that.
Pythagorean theorem.
The 0th law of
Of
thermodynamics
physics.
states that thermodynamic systems are each in thermal equilibrium with a third one. Or if they are in
Right, they're in equilibrium with each other.
then they are in equilibrium with each other, correct.
Nice.
And it's spelled Zeorth.
Zeroth.
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 Right. So that'd be a Scrabble word too.
Zeroth, huh?
Yeah. For all you Scrabblers out there, Zeroth, that's going to be triple word score, 89 points.
Oh, yeah.
And you can win a lot of bar bets with it. But anyway, how do we get on that?
You
Who
did
fucking
that.
knows, Armand?
All right. That's what's great about this show.
It is,
the
man.
desultory
We'll
comments.
we'll seg anywhere we want to seg.
All right. Tell them about the birds, though. That's my
So
favorite.
the birds aren't real one, man. So there's plenty of articles you can find out about there.
I debunked this today, by the way.
Did you?
What'd
go
you
out
do,
and saw
shoot a
bird?
pigeon
Saw
or
a
something?
fucking bird.
Oh,
So, yeah, but you can't debunk just by seeing a
yeah.
bird.
You
Why
got to
can't
shoot a
I?
partridge
Did you
or something.
read about this thing? It's not that their birds aren't real. That there's some sort of thing.
Yeah, I know. So it flew, and it was like,
Yeah, but
stop.
it's a robot.
It's a robot. That's the
Yeah.
thing. They replaced all the birds with robots.
We ran over a fucking dead bird on the way to lunch today.
That
We
was
did not,
phony.
but I get what
It's
you're
not
saying.
flying.
I've seen plenty of bird
Dead
carcasses.
birds, yeah. Blood
I've
everywhere.
eaten plenty of turkeys.
So, well, yeah, there's the thing. So are the turkeys fake too? What about chickens? Are chickens fake? Because they're technically a fucking bird, right?
Chickens fly. I guess they
No.
do, huh?
Yeah, a little
short,
bit.
Short
Yep.
distances.
I remember one time we were on a golf course and a turkey flew out of the bushes and nearly killed me and my old lady. He didn't kill us, nearly hit
Kill
us.
ya.
So.
Now that's like a domesticated turkey can't fly, but a wild turkey can apparently, right?
It's wild turkey. Fifth of it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
he
knew
was
you were going to
definitely
say
wild.
that.
Yeah, we were driving down a path in a golf cart and we hear some rushing in the brushes up ahead of us. And out of nowhere, this big fat fucking turkey flies out right in front of us, probably 4 foot in front of our golf cart, and flies, I don't know, a good 150 yards away.
Yeah.
No more than 10 foot off the ground, but
Yeah, they can.
he flew.
I'd give a lot to be able to do that.
But yeah, so they say
Yeah, but
that
if I
birds
were-
aren't real.
But
Yep.
if I'm promulgating this theory, I
It
would
says
say
the CIA took out 12, long story short, they took out 12 billion fucking birds and
Right.
replaced them.
right. So if you say, well, I saw a dead bird on the road,
This was done by 1971, by the way.
I'd say, well, that's not one of them because by law, if it's not flying, it's not a bird anymore. What you could always say,
It's a
only the ones that are
bird. Well, no,
whatever,
it's
yeah,
still
yeah.
a bird if
But
it's not
but
flying, right?
Did he say there's no such thing as any birds, or just that
It just says the CIA took out 12 billion feathered fugitives because they were annoyed that birds been dropping fecal matter on their car windows.
Okay, this is bullshit.
So they eradicated them between 59 and 71 using specially altered B-52 bombers stocked with poison. They were then replaced and supplanted with avian-like robots that could be used to surveil America.
Of course they were.
Okay, now
So,
that's pretty preposterous.
Number one, are you going to risk your job, a bunch of taxpayer money, a B-52 bomber to spray fucking poison all over the population
Because it's shit
just
on your
because
car.
they're shitting on your car? I'm not buying
I
it.
wouldn't underestimate the government's ability to squander money, though. I don't know if that's a great excuse not to.
That's true, too, but I'm just not buying that.
All right. Okay. Israeli government has killer robotic sharks.
That's another great one.
I don't know. I think I'd buy that before the birds, though.
What about before Flat Earth? Don't tell me you're giving credence more to Flat Earth than
I
laser
think
sharks.
even more
Hang on,
credence
hang
than
on.
flat
You guys,
Earth.
hang
yeah.
on. Look,
Than
look,
laser
look.
sharks?
Yeah, I think
Armand,
so.
I got to know right now. Do you think that the Earth is fucking flat? I
He does
can't
not.
go on
He does not.
anymore
No.
until I know this.
No, I don't.
Okay, all right.
But
good.
he puts it about a 7 out of 10 on his might be fucking possible scale.
I think it's more possible than anything on here. Well, Michelle Obama has a penis. That's about 9 out of 10.
Now, who fucking put that on there?
She's rather
I did.
androgynous.
I thought that was crazy. I thought that's one of those ones
Have you
that
ever seen her
nobody
naked?
No, I've not.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I've seen the video footage of it. Looks like her have a swinging
Right.
dick in her pants.
Yeah. What's wrong with that? That could
It's a
be.
crinkle.
You know,
That
it
could be.
wouldn't bother me if she did. I just
Wouldn't
think
bother me either.
it's one. I think it's racially motivated.
What's that got to do with race?
That's the fucking thing. No, people are doing that because it. Come on, Armand. You can't play stupid on that one.
Well, maybe Hillary's got a dick too. I'll say that.
Maybe,
Well, that's
but I
nothing to do
doubt
with
it.
race. No, I don't
Sincerely
either.
doubt it.
Yeah, I know. She's too ugly to be a.
A
Anyway.
lot of people think it's just funny. For whatever reason, Michelle Obama's got a dick. Look at her. She got a bigger dick than I do.
Well, I mean, there's
It's
also
become
a
one of
theory
those things that people like to
Obama's
repeat.
gay, and guys have come out and said, I slept with him.
Yeah.
Now, I don't know. How do you debunk that? I don't know. How the hell you... And same thing with Hillary. Remember you were talking about her sleeping with Yoko Ono? Yoko Ono says that.
Yeah, well, I mean, again, I don't find that to be too big of a
Well,
deal.
she broke up the
but nobody
non-existent
cares.
Beatles, so
No shit.
Right?
Thanks,
she
Hillary.
slept with, right.
yeah.
Thanks, Hillary. She broke up the non-existent Beatles. Did you ever hear the time traveler who said that he went to an alternate reality where the Beatles didn't break up?
Yeah,
bring back the
that was
music?
John Titor. That
No,
was
it
from-
wasn't Titor. It was
Oh.
we talked about it in the same episode as that. But he actually brought back a tape.
That's
You can find it on the internet. The Beatles album that never existed in our universe,
okay.
but like if had experts listen to it, it sounds
Right.
just like the Beatles.
Yeah, but you got all these bands that are like, what do they call them?
Tribute bands or
Tribute
whatever.
bands, right?
Shit,
Come
Badfinger
on.
themselves, like the first band signed to Apple Records, sounds so freakishly like the Beatles.
Yeah,
but-
so come on.
It's not hard
That's
to.
not proof.
But experts, quote unquote, have been like, yes, that's the Beatles, even though
Well, I
the
keep
Beatles
saying,
never made
asking you
that.
guys, what conspiracy has been debunked? That beyond a doubt. All I can think of is Piltdown Man.
And we're gonna have to do an episode of conspiracies that definitely weren't true.
Well, I can't think of any.
There's a
out
lot that haven't been proven.
You give me some research time, and I'll find you some.
You can't think of one offhand, though? I mean,
What? That's been a conspiracy theory that's been proven?
proven beyond a shadow of a doubt is all bullshit.
Yeah.
Okay, which one?
You sit in Google.
Oh, well, that's not fair.
No,
It's
not.
not fair. Yeah.
Conspiracy theory that's been proven.
Well, I
to be
mean,
false.
like P.T. Barnum used to supposedly had that woman. There's
What about
162.
Mandela effect? You can't say that's fake.
Which one?
You know the Mandela effect, right? Where the CERN has fucked up the
Oh,
everything, and now they're like,
Kazam, Bernstein, Bears.
it's like whenever you remember something, but it's different now. Like
Yeah,
your memory says it was Berenstain Bears instead of Berenstein Bears, or Berenstein Bears instead of Berenstain Bears. It's actually Berenstain, but millions of people
There's books out that have Berenstein on them, though, but that's like
misprint
Yeah, it's
or,
fucked up.
or third-party bullshit somebody ripped off. But it's named after Nelson Mandela because a lot of people believe that he actually died in prison, never became the South African
Right.
president.
okay.
But what it is proud people with bad memories.
Oh.
Yeah.
I've said this 100 times. The Mandela effect equals proud people, bad memories.
I mean, that's true.
All right. But I mean, like, well, I mean, I know P.T. Barnum advertised he had like a 162-year-old woman. She's like 90. They figured it out, things like that.
Well, Barnum, I mean, he's fucking
right. Well, we know that, yeah.
spend a penny, make a buck.
But big conspiracies that everybody believed, and then all of a sudden,
No, that's a good idea for a show. We'll have to do that.
Ones that have been proven false or proven true.
Both, why not?
Yeah, we should do
Two-parter.
the ones that have been proven true. There's a lot of those.
Watergate.
Watergate.
Who thought that was? But
The
Until
people
they were.
thought that was bogus.
Yeah, sure.
What's
People
the-
thought
Well,
it was bogus.
with the
nobody
Cubans
thought
and
it was
Kennedy.
bogus. They just didn't know it
Yeah.
went to all the president.
There you go.
Fuck.
Which one?
The one Kennedy put a stop to it. It didn't happen, but it was gonna. It was fuck, I
Which
can't
Kennedy?
remember.
John F. Kennedy?
Yeah.
The only real Kennedy. The rest of the Kennedys were actually fake.
Yep.
You heard
fake,
about that
false
one?
Kennedy.
That's another one.
You heard that
Okay.
one here first.
I heard
False
about
Kennedys.
the dead Kennedys, not the false
Yeah,
Kennedy.
that's a different thing. Dead Kennedys are a band.
So there's no other Kennedys except John.
John was. He didn't
What about
even,
the father?
No, it didn't exist. It's actually Polish.
Do you know how John Jr.
Kineski.
died?
Kineski was their real name.
Did we ever talk about how John Jr.'s older brother
Plane Wreck.
died? yeah, but he was riding on he was basically riding on a bomb.
Operation Northwoods.
Yeah.
No. That's
No, that's not. Yeah, this is Operation something. He's riding in like a B-25 bomber full of TNT, right? They're trying to make like a drone, the old drone, and there's another plane behind it with a joystick, and you fly this thing. He bails out because the joystick didn't have much range. The guy in the other plane, so you fly close to your target, and you're basically on a loaded bomb, and you bail out, and the other plane that's above it guides it with his joystick into the target. It was like an old, they're trying to be like a cruise missile. Well, thing blew up in midair and killed John Kennedy, the junior, who would have been probably president because he was the old man's favorite.
right.
But that was it. He got blowed up. So
You'll have that.
yeah, it's interesting. Check that out sometime.
How about
I
Australia?
can't prove that either, of course.
How about the twin theories of Australia doesn't exist and Finland doesn't exist?
Yeah, that's pretty.
Most people have heard of the Australia doesn't exist.
Yeah,
It's pretty
that one.
popular.
Right, mate.
I came across the Finland doesn't
That's
exist.
English, not Australian.
That's right.
I came across the Finland doesn't exist when my
Never
research.
seen the Australia one?
No, the Finland one.
The Australian one, yeah, right.
Finland
The
doesn't
whole
exist.
southern.
let's be honest.
So I've heard
Yeah,
the whole
no, New
southern
Zealand.
hemisphere doesn't
New
exist.
Zealand. I've heard New Zealand's not a
Well,
thing.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. The whole
So,
southern hemisphere.
The way this goes is that the country of Finland as it exists on a map is not actually there. It's more water. Japan and I believe it was either Sweden or Russia together were in on this scam so that Japan could fish these waters free of environmental concern. So they created this whole landmass, put it on the map so people wouldn't go there.
See, but right off the bat,
Exactly, it's stupid.
right? But wouldn't it? I mean, this environmental crap didn't come along till let's say 50 years ago, maybe. Nobody gave a shit about the environment. So,
70s.
Okay.
We started caring about the environment once
Right.
we got that picture of the fucking Earth from the moon that doesn't exist and that we didn't go on. And
Right.
that's not a sphere.
The big blue marble.
I don't know. I find those
It's
completely
actually a
fucking crazy
dye.
because you can book a flight right now to Australia. You can watch your GPS the entire time you're on the plane.
Yeah.
See your path.
Yeah.
Get off the plane. People talk different. They got koalas.
They got
wallabies.
koalas.
They got fucking kangaroo. We ain't got kangaroo.
We don't have kangaroos, no.
Nowhere you can drive to has
but
kangaroo.
here's
They got
the
those
thing, though.
fucking
How
spiders.
many people
that
in the
are-
world do you think believe that Australia and
Again.
Finland don't exist?
Oh, I'd say
a dozen.
No,
That's not- what's
hell
the
no. I'd say
pervasiveness of this?
10,000 probably believe that.
And how
10,000.
many of those are trolls?
5,000.
You really think there's that many people believe this?
Oh yeah. For us to have heard about it, there has
Those-
to be at least
I don't know
some
about
sort.
that.
Dude,
Do you think they're on government assistance?
one guy didn't make that up.
for some
I think
sort
they're
of mental
psychiatric.
issue.
Yeah, or they're under
I don't know.
psychiatric evaluation. Yeah, a lot of people think they're Jesus too. But
Probably our listeners. So why
I
would
think
wanna
more
do
people
that?
think they're Jesus than actually believe that Australia doesn't
well,
exist.
if I told you if there was no such thing as religion, and I got on this show and I said I got one, a Jewish carpenter had a kid, and he's the son of God,
Yeah.
and he
Sounds
died
pretty crazy.
on the
Bullshit.
cross.
That sounds bullshit.
That sounds pretty preposterous to
Yeah,
me.
I don't buy it.
Sounds even worse as he came back to life after a couple days
and
laying
raised
dead in
another
that
from the
cave.
dead
Yeah.
and pushed aside a
What is this, a
10-ton
comic book
stone.
movie I haven't seen?
Yeah,
Is it
Yeah,
a comic book
this is
movie?
a Marvel.
The guy took the water and made it like
Yeah, made a
fucking
wine.
you know?
Yeah, fed 5,000 with 12 fishes
It's
or
like
whatever.
a Watchmen prequel?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Is that what this is?
I mean,
Dr.
it's
Manhattan?
more likely that Wolverine's out there.
there are Wolverines. Those are an actual animal.
Yeah,
No, he
I'm
means
talking
people with
about-
advanced
with the
healing, sir.
adamantine, or isn't that what it's
No,
called?
adamantium.
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 But that's not really his power, though. He has those as
It's
a
claws, right?
right, but though he got those because of his actual healing power, which is a healing and regenerative ability.
Where do you get those then?
It was part of a Canadian government secret forces. They took him and
So he's not a true
grafted that
mutant then,
metal.
well,
no, he's
yeah.
a
No,
mutant.
no, his mutant ability isn't the claws,
not that
though.
great.
He
It's
can
a
heal.
healing power. It's above all, regenerating power.
All right.
So
I
a
know
normal
this-
person couldn't take that aluminum grafting
Of course.
because you die from
Well,
it.
that makes sense.
So
All right, here's
Yeah,
the question
liquid
then.
metal
This is for you.
grafted to your bone.
Who's the toughest superhero?
Superman probably.
Oh, Thor?
Thor gets the shit beat out of him.
He does?
You got it. No, so that's a
Who?
loaded fucking question, Armand. Because first of all, you have to go. Are you going DC?
No, I'm going the entire universe.
He said superhero. He didn't say
Everybody.
comic book.
Yeah.
Dr. Manhattan.
Who?
Yeah, you're probably right there, Dr. Manhattan.
Dr.
I haven't
Manhattan.
heard
So
of
he's
Isn't that-
DC. He's DC.
Who the hell's he?
He's a
You
bad
ever seen The
motherfucker,
Watchmen?
bud.
Watch the movie The Watchmen. I'll get you a copy of it. It's fucking great. It's like 3.5 hours long. Dark.
Get lost.
Oh, dude, it's dark. It's set in a
3.5
Dude,
dystopian.
hours.
it's probably the
long.
only DC movie I like.
It's a dystopian alternate reality.
Okay.
It's right up your
What's
alley.
this
It's
guy's
noir.
power?
It's
Dr. Manhattan?
He's basically
Everything.
God.
Anything.
So he was working on the Manhattan
All right,
Project.
I'll buy it.
All of it.
He was working on the Manhattan Project
Yeah.
on the special type of physics. He walked into the wrong chamber at the wrong time, and he got basically decorporized, right? Like
Okay.
turned into nothing. And he was
Right.
able to eventually bring himself back together.
Reassembled.
But he has so many fucking powers over like matter.
See, now that wouldn't be a good
Time.
hero. I mean, it wouldn't be a good movie to me. Because then if he's God, because that's one of the rules
See,
of
he doesn't-
screenwriting.
he eventually
He's
doesn't
not-
care about humans.
Small G. Small G, not like the fucking God.
Yeah, but I mean,
just a
if
God.
he's
He's
all
a God.
powerful, there's who's going to fight him. That was the
That's
problem with
exactly
Superman.
that's
Nobody
exactly
can.
the
Nobody
point.
can beat him.
Nobody can.
Right. Well, that's why he doesn't make good
Dr.
movies.
Manhattan could beat Superman.
He could. Well, then in the new
That's what I'm
DC
saying.
comics, they're teasing that Dr. Manhattan created the new DC universe. Like he's the creator of it.
Really? Now that's
So-
fucking interesting.
Yeah,
man.
like in some of the comic books, like one of them was at the end of it was the comedian's fucking pen was laid down as like a little piece of evidence, like at the end of it, like just in his pain, like they're teasing Dr. Manhattan's like the guy behind this universe.
Hey, speaking of which, when does that Avengers movie come out? They're getting
Next week. I got-
$10,000 for these tickets.
I got tickets for next Saturday.
Let's sell them.
Nah,
Give me
paid-
one. I'll sell
I
'em.
bought them. April
Look, if
April got on the
crazy,
fucking
sell 'em.
website. No way, fuck that. I got their second night. They're in the
Would you sell
recliners.
it?
yeah. Well, for 10 grand,
Not even that.
you fucking right. I'd sell it for 10.
These are
grand.
the
how
ones in the
much?
recliner studios.
Okay. How much
Oh,
you,
shit.
how, much you,
Theater.
how much you think you get for them? Now,
I don't know what
Now,
I
are
can
those
get for 'em.
reserve seats?
Yeah, I can go in right now. Like my 2 seats are guaranteed. These 2 seats are mine.
Okay, how
They
much
are
you think?
dead center.
Okay.
In the recliner theater, first row of the second part. So you've got
Wow, perfect.
the perfect seats.
But you get $500 for them each.
Each.
Yeah.
I might
More?
be selling them.
Right, that's what I'm saying.
That's what I'm
Don't tell me
saying.
if I got 2 tickets and you're gonna give me 10 grand a piece for them, then I'm gonna go watch
Yeah.
fucking Avengers on opening day.
I'll take the.
Get
I'll take
fucked. Give me the
It's
10%.
not
money.
opening day. It's Saturday night.
Ooh, well,
Doesn't
maybe.
matter.
Okay,
You're not getting
still.
10 grand then.
No, but I'll
Fuck.
bet he gets a few hundred.
I would say.
I want to go see it though. I've
So
wasted
what?
the last 10 years of my
See
life
it.
on these movies. I don't plan to watch another Marvel movie after this is
What
over.
would you sell them
What?
for?
They've been constantly going down in quality.
Okay, what would you sell them for? Minimum.
I don't know. Somebody
You
wants to
take
ask me
500
100
apiece.
Well, I was just say $100 a piece,
Okay.
honestly, because I only paid like
Well,
20
you're
bucks.
smarter than I thought. Okay.
You know what I mean? They're $20 each,
Yeah,
basically. So
I
fuck
take
it.
25. But anyway,
well,
that's me.
You haven't. I've seen these last 21 movies. I
Yeah,
want
but
to
you
see
can
how
see
it
it
pays off.
anytime.
I could, but I'm ready. You know what I mean? This is what I've.
What kind of pirate are you?
I have nothing I
Download
spend
the
money
things.
on.
What's the matter with you?
I'm not a pirate. I don't know what you're talking about.
That's right. I'm just saying.
R.
If you were a pirate,
Jesus. Jesus.
Yeah. How about you shoot me with a cannon while you're at it? Jesus Christ, blow
cut
me
that
out.
out. Cut
Yeah.
that part.
We
Anyway.
don't cut.
All right.
I don't know
Michelle
what we're talking
Obama
about.
doesn't have a
We're-
penis.
We're getting away from that. Yeah, Australia
all right.
exists. We don't exist.
But
How about,
does that Watchman have a penis?
dude, I'm telling
Dr.
you,
Manhattan?
That's interesting that you bring that up.
he does, and he
He does
hinged
have
on
a
in that
penis.
movie. It's
Yeah,
big blue
oh,
dick.
Yeah. Big
Really?
old
So he
fucking
can
wank.
regenerate then.
Yeah,
Hey,
totally.
bud.
Dude, he does so much cool shit. Like he kills one of his buddies by doesn't even snap his finger. He just explodes him because he's
So what is that movie about? If he's God, who can possibly be his
the smartest man on the
antagonist?
planet is trying to create world peace by
Oh,
by
what a
taking
moron.
Well, he's trying to create world peace by he blows up New York with an atomic bomb, blames it on Dr. Manhattan to unite Russia and America against Dr. Manhattan, creating a peace. To blow
It's a
the
good dude. It's a good flick.
It's a fucking great movie. You'd love it. I'm telling you, you'd love it.
Wow. 3.5 hours. Boy,
UGC in the chat can confirm Everett is not a pirate.
Thank you, UGC in the chat.
yeah, we can't confirm that either. That's true.
No, they can. He's
they
not-
can.
They
Oh,
can.
okay, that's
They're
that's
confirming
been
he's not a
debunked.
pirate,
All right,
yeah.
that's true.
That's a false conspiracy there.
Chemicals in the water are turning frogs gay.
So that's a classic one. That's
I
old
think I've
Alex
heard that
Jones.
one before.
Yeah, that's old Alex Jones, and I had to drop that in there. They're turning the freaking frogs gay.
Yeah.
Give it a shot.
Yeah, he said that.
What about fluoride?
That's what he's talking
Fluoride.
about.
How about
turning the freaking frogs
fluoride?
gay.
The communist plot. That's an old one.
It's communist, and they're turning us all freaking gay.
Yeah, that's what he's talking about.
Okay. I don't know about that. I don't know if I don't know about the turning frogs gay, but I don't think I'd drink fluoride. I'd rather have no fluoride in my water. There have been some studies on that look pretty compelling. That's not good for you, even if it's good for
There
your
was a good
teeth.
episode of Surreal Talk.
Not that it's a communist plot. Did you guys discuss that?
Yeah.
What was the
episode
conclusion
that?
you came
Wasn't
to?
the metaphysical mind? Was it?
It was
Was it all over the place?
No, it was the fucking pineal gland into consciousness.
Yeah, pineal gland.
Pineal gland.
Is
yeah,
that
'cause
what
the theory
fluoride's
is-
supposed to
well,
affect?
It
Calcifies
hardens,
it.
calcifies.
Well, that's
all.
what Rene Descartes said. That's the seat of the soul.
Yeah.
It's the pineal gland.
It's the third eye, man. It's right here. It's dead. It's the
yeah,
middle
it's
of
right in the
fucking
middle of
head,
your
but it's
brain
right
box,
there,
right? Yeah.
Oh, down and in.
Yes.
How about this one? NASA invented thunder and
Oh.
lightning, or thunder and meteorites, to cover up the space battle that's been raging out there.
Flat
makes
Earth.
so
Flat
much
Earth.
sense
I think
now.
Flat Earth beats that one.
You think?
Come
flat-
on.
I mean,
What do you think? As more of a conspiracy?
So,
like
yeah,
more
I
I think
plausible?
global. I think a flat Earth is much more likely than that.
there's no way NASA invented thunder.
No, I
but they
get
may
it.
have invented meteorites. Kidding. I'm kidding.
So how about the space battle?
But they
Who's fighting
did
this?
invent stalactites.
The space battle I find well more plausible than they invented thunder and lightning. What I could see is thunder and lightning exists,
Stalagmites.
but they've invented something that can basically duplicate thunder to cover up the thunder or the sound of the fight.
You know, like the logistics
very
of that.
fucking
Though, you think
unlikely.
about it, like how do you get a sound to ring through the skies, at least for multiple miles at a time, so that everyone hears it at once, so that it can be confused as thunder.
So what you do is
You know what I mean?
you have multiple generators of this sound all over the planet,
In
and
sync. obviously.
They don't have to be in sync. So if they're making a sound that's supposed to cover it up, it has to basically be the same sound.
Yeah.
So what they're doing is as soon as it starts, the first shot of this battle happens. Kick on the generators in quadrants A5, B7, 6-4, random thunder patterns. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So like, why you were? Oh, that's what you're
How do
doing.
you
Here.
That's
coordinate
my
it with the
thought, yeah.
lightning, though?
They didn't say. Well, you can have thunder without lightning.
It's fucking
Yeah,
algorithm.
but
Like many times you've sat in your backyard and heard thunder, heat
yeah,
lightning.
but that's just
happened
because
far
it's
enough
too far away.
Right. But that's all you got to say. It was too far away for you to see.
Oh.
I mean, shadow of a doubt. Oh, okay. I guess I
Speaking
can
of
believe
which,
that.
you ever watch movies, and that's the biggest screw up you see all the time. The lightning goes, and the thunder is exactly the same time. It's every time.
Right.
That's fucked up. That's not how it happens.
Nope. Sound travels at 0.3 kilometers a second.
So
So,
isn't it like
Yeah.
1,000, 2 1,000?
Yeah, that's
3
how far.
1,000, Then
That'd be a
those-
Is it
kilometer.
4 seconds is a mile? Is that how it goes?
It's 0.3 kilometers a second. So let's see, 1.2 kilometers in.
I always heard 1,000 was a mile.
in 4 seconds.
Just one?
Yeah, so like
Oh, I thought it
if
was
if,
four.
if you see the flash,
Yeah,
1
you
1,000,
count.
2 1,000, 3 1,000, boom, then that's 3.
Well, that's
3
4, isn't it?
3.
All right, I
Three?
just Googled lightning thunder delay distance. After you see a flash of lightning, count the number of seconds to the thunder. Use a stopwatch, count whatever. For every 5 seconds, it's 1 mile.
Oh,
There
5
you go.
seconds for
5.
There you
Okay.
go.
Oh,
5 is a
fuck.
mile. Okay.
That's just the first thing Google comes up with.
Yeah, that's
plenty
okay.
plenty of evidence for me.
All right. So anyway, well,
I mean, you can hear a car 98 shot from 300 yards away.
More than that in real
but
life.
wouldn't you think the biggest? Okay, how about the big one? Another one I think is bigger than any of these 4 he's talking about. Area 51 that NASA has found, or the
I think
U.S.
that's plausible.
has aliens.
I
Yeah,
think
oh,
it's
that's-
Don't you
plausible.
think that would be out by now? That's what I'm saying. This guy's theory is flawed.
Maybe.
Don't you think somebody would have? In fact, I heard a guy on George Nuri or whatever.
I
This
completely
guy
agree with you.
swears he was a scientist there.
Yeah, I know his name.
He
It's,
cut the thing open.
Bob Lazar.
Oh, right, that's him. Yeah. Now nobody believes him anyway. That's what I'm saying. How
Nobody
do
does
you debunk this
believe him.
shit? Because maybe
A lot of people
maybe he's
believe
telling
Bob
the truth.
Lazar.
A
Honestly.
lot, right?
Okay, a
right,
lot.
but nobody that's
But the problem is the wrong people believe Bob
exactly.
Lazar.
There you go.
Do you guys believe Bob Lazar?
Maybe. Have you ever watched it? He does interviews. and they're
sounded-
pretty
I know,
fucking
I
compelling.
heard
He
him.
doesn't double step his
Okay,
style.
yeah.
At the
He
very
sounds
least,
pretty plausible.
he's a fucking psychopath and a genius. At the very least,
Okay.
because
I'm just
he's
saying,
super fucking convincing.
We still can't, But even if there were 10 of them, and the U.S. is never going to admit it, even if it's
Of
true.
course not. No, yeah, okay. So
That's what
yeah,
I'm saying.
there's the
I don't know
thing.
how this guy. I don't
How many
get this.
So something like how many people you figure it would take to work in a place like Area 51 and its sister station that's right there? You're talking 1,000 bare minimum,
I
right?
would think.
Fuck, probably more than that.
And that's at any given time. So you have a certain amount of turnover every year. If you say you have even a low 2% turnover of
Yeah,
20 people a
right.
year,
Now, do you think that? Wait a minute. I guess they could say something. Well, they brainwash
Well,
them
I'm just
before
trying to
they
come-
leave.
I'm just trying to come up with
eradicate their memories or something.
a 60-year number. Yeah, again, that's all.
I don't know.
all
We
I'm
look
beyond.
right here, please, Armand.
Exactly. Let's barring any kind of technology that is completely crazy like that.
Well, yeah.
You're talking if there's 1,000 people that work there at any given time for the past 60 years with the turnover.
Yeah.
That's over 2,000 people that have worked
70 years, 40s, right?
there. I mean, whatever it is,
Yeah.
it's a few thousand people.
Uh-huh.
Now you're talking about if even 1% of the people got an idea to do that.
That's what
You're
I'm talking
20,
about.
20
Everett.
30 people
This
they've had
equation
to,
is stupid. And it doesn't make sense.
right. You'd have 20 or 30 people coming out about it. Then you got to think, well, they're probably killing those people.
That's what I'm
Wouldn't you?
saying. Yeah,
I
don't
would
know.
kill them.
I would.
So it wouldn't be too hard, honestly. As soon as, like, if somebody quits, to have them bugged. You know what I mean?
But
See,
why-
now we're getting
see,
real
I don't know
deep.
if I'm the government. I don't know if I have to kill these people, man, have them missing. You just say the guy's a lunatic, just like this guy.
Well, that's
What
the
if they have
thing.
evidence?
Add what evidence?
Well, what if they have a fucking wing of a
This
ship
guy
in the
supposedly
garage?
cut the thing open, right? Isn't that what he's saying?
No, he's the one that worked
Bob
on
Lazar,
different
yeah.
technology inside
No,
there.
I heard a guy that said he actually did the autopsy.
That's not
on
Bob
one.
Lazar.
Okay,
Bob
well,
Lazar
whatever.
worked on
this
the
guy supposedly
thruster and
cut
propulsion.
an alien open.
Thruster and propulsion. He reverse engineered a spaceship, dude. That's what he was.
Okay,
Yeah.
well now that would be proof to me.
Well, I mean,
Where is it?
dude? He's pretty
Yeah, if
fucking
you can bring out like
convincing,
a
dude.
clutch plate for a spaceship,
Yeah, hubcap.
radiator cap, yeah. Something.
Radiator cap.
All right, what about dinosaurs
Swinging
never?
dice from a spaceship.
For real, exactly. They're like 7-sided dice or something. I haven't figured that out
In
yet.
a different dimension.
Oh, they're 4D dice.
This one's good though. The
Right.
dinosaur
Yeah.
ones.
Hanging from a
You were
spaceship.
right this time, but a second ago it was different, and it changed afterwards.
Right. Okay, I'm convinced.
4D dice, man.
What do you think about the dinosaurs not existing, Armand?
Well, that one I think you get. I don't know. It's hard to believe with all the bones. But that one's
Whoa,
more out
whoa,
of.
have you ever seen a dino-
You've never seen
Right.
a dinosaur.
Well, I'm
never
saying it's
seen a
more
dinosaur.
plausible than birds not existing. Yeah, because you
agree.
can't prove it
Yeah.
because somebody may have buried this stuff. You say.
Well, not even that. But you've never seen a dinosaur.
Nobody has, of course.
Because they're always replicas. What you see out
Yeah.
in public. So
And they're never a whole skeleton.
supposedly
that
replicas.
too.
They always estimate, from like a thigh bone of what the size.
But
of
what
this
is the
fucking animal is.
explanation then for that though? What were these things? Where did these bones come
They're
from?
complete fabrications. It's Smithsonian again.
Okay,
It's-
that's-
Well, I mean,
Somebody's
the
lying
Bone
to
Wars
us.
were fucking brutal, man.
that's true. The Bone Wars of the late 1800s.
Yeah, so so you didn't find fucking dinosaurs before like the 1870s, 1860s. They didn't fucking find dinosaur
Well,
bones,
they
okay?
did, but it was just a novelty. Nobody cared to really look, and that's how you got dragons.
Well, and that's what they were saying. Nobody had there
the
was no
science of
fucking-
it wasn't there
Right.
yet.
Yeah.
So
Well, that makes sense too. That the birds don't exist because birds are the descendants of dinosaurs.
So they say.
Evolutionary, right? Isn't that what they say?
that's what they say.
Yeah,
Okay, but I can say because nobody's actually seen one.
dinosaurs don't exist, Armand.
Well, that doesn't mean anything, but yeah, it's more likely than birds not existing.
Yeah, I'm
Or
telling you, I saw a
Finland not
fucking bird.
existing. That's a tough one.
Australia.
That's a tough one to buy.
I wonder how the Finns feel about that one.
Yeah.
But remember, we talked about this Australia thing, and there was a guy in the chat that goes, "Dude, I'm fucking from Australia. It exists. I promise you."
Yeah, my buddy moved to Sydney.
Are you gonna tell me
I don't know.
Crocodile Dundee was a complete fabrication? I'm thinking there's
Right.
some basis in reality there.
Has to be.
Outback is real.
Why did they
This
pick
is the north.
Australia of all things? How about South Africa? How come that didn't? Why do they pick that
Look, 'cause
particular land?
because you could travel down the coast of Africa and get to
Oh.
South Africa without ever, but that's a
Okay,
fucking
well,
island, bud. You got,
yeah,
I mean.
in a lunatic way, I guess that makes sense.
Oh, really?
I guess what you could say is that Australia has to be fake for the simple fact that there's no place on earth that could be that dangerous and people would still live there
Okay.
with everything there that can kill you.
Yeah, and it's dangerous. Yeah, like they
No
fought a war
place on
against
earth could have
emus
such
and
an
lost,
ugly
right?
opera house.
Didn't they fight a war against
like
the
that opera
emus
house.
and lost?
That's
The
an
government.
The Great Emu War of the 30s, I believe it
Yeah,
was.
the government fought a war against emus, Armand, and they
I've been
lost.
attacked by an emu. You've heard the story. I don't know if you've heard the story about the time I was attacked by an emu.
It's his own fucking fault.
It was my own fault, but
Where was this?
it was at a drive-through safari park, Southwest Missouri.
I didn't know they had them.
And it's the second time I've been attacked at that park. But the second time against an emu, it was over by the car for whatever reason. And it's probably about
feeding it.
Not. I don't think I didn't have any food for
I
it.
don't know
No.
what to eat. Yeah.
The first time I got bit by the zonkey, I was trying to feed it, but I didn't have any food. And he got pissed and bit me. But we're talking about the emu. The emu comes up to the car, and he's right up next to us. It's me, my wife, and my daughter. I'm like, watch this. I stick my finger this far from the fucking emu's face, pointing at him.
I'd
What do I
attack
think
you
he's going to do?
Yeah.
Just envelops my fucking finger like Pac-Man. And then I have to drag my finger out of this fucking bird's mouth to get it back.
I don't blame him.
Yeah. Attacked by an emu. Just saying how many people could say that.
Yeah, but you
I was really scared at that point,
That
too.
was like,
teasing an emu, a hungry emu at that.
I pussed out and I tried to I recoiled away and tried to tell my wife to reach across me to roll my window up because I wasn't putting my hands nowhere near
That's
that
like
fucking bird.
You grab him by the
Damien.
throat, dude. Throw that emu around.
Remember in The Omen? With all those monkeys attacking Damien?
Dude, I haven't seen the
I
old
didn't
one
watch
fucking
it.
forever,
Check
man.
it out. It's great.
The remake or the original?
The original, of course.
Yeah, of course.
That must be black and white, right?
No, 1976.
Here's a great one. The Ice Bucket Challenge. You guys remember this? The MLS?
Yeah. That was for Lou Gehrig's disease?
Yes.
Yes. The ALS Ice Bucket Challenge. I
Right.
said MLS, but that's soccer.
That's multiple sclerosis, isn't it?
Yeah,
It's
man.
MS.
Yeah, it's just MS. Yeah.
What's MLS?
Soccer.
Major League Soccer.
Major
yeah.
League Soccer, yeah.
Right.
Well, the Ice Bucket Challenge was a satanic ritual.
Ooh. Now that could be.
How?
That could be.
Well, think about it. They got everybody in the world to do the same spell over and over and over, man. Let me see if I can find the actual.
But I mean, what's okay? Even if that's true, what's the big deal about that? I mean, that's not such a. What's the impact of that? What if that's true?
We were all duped, Armand.
Yeah, right. So we've all been
Did you
duped
dump
before.
a bucket of water on your head for the
No,
fit?
hell no.
Well, my kid liked it.
So
Okay, fine. Yeah, great.
people
I
were saying there's a
participated-
ritual purification or cleansing for preparing for the impending largest human sacrifice in history.
Oh, well,
So
now we're getting a little
we're
crazy.
getting everybody
Yeah.
prepared for sacrifice.
Well, if that was the cleansing, I'm gonna have to do it again because I've got way dirty since
Did you do
then.
the challenge?
Yeah, you need another one.
Yeah,
You did?
Allie wanted to do it. We did it on the porch.
I didn't
yeah.
do it. I don't do
Is that
anything
supposed to
like
get money? Does somebody give you money for that?
Yeah, but I don't know. No, that's the
Nobody
the
fucking gave
stupid
money.
thing about it is
That's all
because they
right.
didn't give any money.
Right.
For it.
I didn't give anybody money.
You either give money or do the challenge. And
Oh, then
I
I'm gonna do the-
nominate these three people who won't give any money, but maybe one person out of the next 50 in this pyramid scheme.
And let me give you
There it
another
is.
one.
Pyramid
When you
scheme.
guys get something on
Exactly.
Facebook and it says share this and you'll have great luck.
Don't
you
do
ever,
it.
You ever share it?
Armand,
No, Armand.
do you believe in astrology?
No.
Okay, there you go. Don't share that shit.
Well, that's what I'm saying. I mean, I
One
guess
like
people do
equals
it
one
though.
prayer.
Has the
one
fortune-
prayer for this little kid with cancer.
Has fortune
Well,
cookie
I mean,
ever
nothing wrong with that.
really ever been good fortune for you? Like it
Yeah.
worked out? You
I
believe in
mean,
those?
That or is it
No.
just a random
That's
piece
an
of paper
American thing, by the
inside
way.
of a
Chinese
cookie?
didn't come up with that.
I've never gotten one in an American restaurant. Checkmate.
Oh, yeah. McDonald's don't give them away, Armand. What now, bud?
Chinese buffet every fucking time.
Exactly.
Oh, go to. Have you
Exactly.
gone to a buffet in China?
Check and
They
make,
won't give you one.
motherfucker.
What about Melania Trump using a body double? That's
What?
For what?
Where'd
these
that come from?
It's
never
not on my
seen
list.
that
It's not on my list. I've just got a whole bunch of other ones here on my pages.
An
You've heard
ad
that
lib.
before.
You
You've
made
never
that
heard
up
that?
Just
just
make
now.
that up? Yeah.
Fuck no, you guys have never heard the Melania Trump body double?
For
That's
what?
huge.
complete replacement, or what? I don't understand
No.
what you're
Or
getting
for
at here.
security purposes?
Let me
or
read
something?
you from this article here. When Melania accompanied her husband Trump to a press event, Secret Service training facility in 2018, her appearance seemed to bit off to a few people. Blah, 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 blah. Some people on the internet saying this is not Melania. To think they would go this far and try to make us think it's her on TV.
I'd sleep with her. I'll
Basically,
tell
they
you
just
that right
took
now.
pictures and saying it didn't look like her.
Armand, I don't care who she was.
Yeah, I don't care if it's a real one or not. She's good enough.
People also think Hillary had a doppelganger, though.
Ugh, that's one ugly doppelganger.
Damn.
UGC in the chat can confirm Armand shares Facebook posts hoping for good luck.
I might start. I need some. Hey, listen,
that's great.
if it work at the stock market, I'd do it.
Queen Elizabeth II is a cannibal. I mean,
That should be on last week's
we
show, huh?
portrayed that one a few times. The Queen is a lizard, blah, 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 blah. I don't
Queen's a
really
lizard.
Hey, you got the Queen is a lizard shirt on. Perfect. So,
Hey,
That's all I'm saying.
is that the queen you were talking about? I mean,
That's
there's
the
more than
one.
one queen. Okay.
Yeah, Miss
no, he's talking
Elizabeth.
about
Is it
Freddie Mercury.
what's the over under on her age? You can make 100.
I bet you.
I think she makes 100
I think
for
Philip's
sure.
going to make 100.
She's
too.
one of the richest women in the world.
Yeah. Oh yeah,
That means age.
Money equals longevity.
that's true.
Yeah, but-
proven.
And a reason to live.
To how long, man? Well, Philip's older than she is. He can't drive
As
anymore.
long as
He
he's
finally
alive
stopped
to
driving.
as long as he's alive to torment, she'll be alive.
Okay, so if he dies, she'll even go longer. Huh?
Yeah, she's got nothing to live for.
That's it. What about poisonous snow? Did you guys hear about that? Did you
Poison-
see it? It was on the internet a while
Dude,
back.
yeah,
People
you can
were
light
burning-
that shit on fire. I did
You
that.
can't light it on fire. It's just it wouldn't burn.
Okay, yeah, then maybe that's it. Well,
Yeah,
what-
it's not
we
like
did
it
it.
was-
We did it though. I don't remember. We did it.
It's that same
Turns black like plastic.
lead and frost effect. So you know whenever you stick your hand in like lead or whatever, and that the protective steam comes around. It's the same thing with snow. Basically, what you're doing is as soon as you melt it, now you're trying to boil the water that's on the outside of it, and you're collecting soot from. That's why it turns black. Is because
Yeah,
you're
but-
collecting soot from the.
So you're saying all snow anywhere in the world does that, or is it just
Any
certain
snow.
Any
Any
snow will do that.
Basically, any snow will do that if you pack it tight enough and get your lighter at the right spot.
I can't.
Can't confirm it. You can do it with an ice cube right now. Go into the kitchen, get an ice cube.
It won't form soot.
Yeah, it will form soot.
I'll go get one right now.
Go get one.
Now, I was also reading an article the other day in Science.
Get a
one
couple of 'em.
One of the science magazines, online, not a magazine. But anyway, this guy claims it was on Quora. You ever read Quora?
That's where. That's
Okay.
not where this one's from.
Well, yeah, but I mean, this guy claims that water doesn't freeze at 0 degrees Celsius. That's only if there's like pure water. It must be a lot colder than that because you have to have these like nanoparticles or whatever for it to freeze around.
right, you got to have like a seed particle.
Yeah,
yeah.
I've never read. I don't
So
remember
it's
that in physics.
Distilled water does.
Okay, that's
you can take
theoretically
it,
pure water.
Right, you can take it below 32 degrees, they say. But as soon as you have any kind of agitation or any kind of seed particle in there,
Yeah.
it'll basically
Right.
go. So you can test this yourself by taking like a very pure bottle of water. You can put it in your freezer and it'll stay regular water. And then if you take it out and bash it on your table, you can watch it all insta freeze. There's plenty of videos on the internet. You can do it yourself. We could set this thing up ourselves.
Well, where did all the particles come from that it's using?
It's the agitation at the bottom,
Oh, it's the
basically.
agitation,
Yeah.
yeah.
I don't know.
Bad guys.
What's all this?
We're gonna burn some ice here. Throw me one. I got a lighter.
Okay, what's this experiment?
We're gonna see if we can get soot on a piece of ice. See that one there? We'll do this one first.
I've never even
It's
heard
your
of
standard, like I don't know, crescent shaped.
Is that my lighter? It is my fucking lighter.
Look right there, soot.
this. Let me see.
That's from the machine one.
Okay,
So there's that.
all right. I guess that's
It's
soot.
not a spot for the
Black body
Well,
radiation.
we can't just throw ice on the floor. I'll pick that up.
That's all right. In this studio, sure.
It'd be kind of hard to see it on this one. But boom, soot,
I thought
soot.
so. They
right
both
here.
have soot. I thought one wasn't supposed to have soot.
Eric was saying they're not. This is to say that any snow out there,
I don't see any fucking
I-
soot.
looks
you don't
black
see
to
soot
me.
all over there.
Looks black.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I mean that's what I'm saying. You're trying to boil off the water right off. It's creating a small insulation effect, is why you're not completely and quickly melting the snow. And then a lighter's going to produce soot because it's not a clean burn. That's all that is your particles that aren't getting completely burned.
I'm
You want to
s-
get rid of this ice now?
I'm
Okay,
still
cool.
not sure what the theory. Okay, what do we? Did we disprove it or prove it?
No, we just.
We disproved it. People were saying that the snow that is coming down
Yeah.
is government made and actually fake.
Oh.
Government snow.
Oh.
It's not. It's a
not
fake
water.
thing, and it's poison.
Poison.
Right. People were balling it up and showing that you couldn't burn it. You would get soot on it. That's just the way it works. So we just blew a whole one out there. That one's
Okay.
fake.
Well, now that's okay. So that conspiracy we've debunked.
We've debunked it. Well, at least with ice. If it was snow, it's probably different. You know what I'm saying? That's how that shit
That's what I'm
works.
saying. Nobody. Right. So how do you refute these damn things?
I mean, how do you? It's like flat Earth. You can't refute it
Right.
without a rocket.
Oh,
I mean, honestly, when the only thing you believe is your two fucking eyes, you can't refute it without a rocket or some sort of way to get above it.
Well, that harkens me back to our global warming when Teague was here.
Sure.
Go down to
Good old Teague.
Antarctica and drill boreholes in the ice. Like, I'm going to do that, you know?
Mm-hmm. Not doing it.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Is that the only way you can disprove some of this stuff? You
Yes.
can't
Yes.
disprove it.
I mean, we can't disprove it, but we've had people that we trust that, you know, they've gone through schooling and accredited institutions that have procedures to become accredited. So then whenever you come out of one of these institutions, you have a level of credibility that
Okay.
you can go do these
Do
experiments.
you believe in global warming? I'm going to ask you straight out.
Do I believe?
Yeah, I'm going to put you on the spot.
So let me ask
Yes.
you
All right.
to clarify. Is your question, do I believe that humanity is having a negative impact on the temperature of the planet?
Or any impact, negative or positive.
Yes,
Okay.
I do.
I disagree with that completely.
I don't think it's super large, but I do think
Okay. Well, then you don't think it's catastrophic as
I don't think it's past the point where
Oh,
it's
no.
it's reversible.
what is the okay? What is the if we keep doing what we're doing for the next 100 years?
I'm no scientist.
Assuming
But
I
finish
am.
your question. Finish your
okay,
question.
what's going to happen?
I don't know. I
Is it
think
the end of
I think at
humanity?
this point we've already started. We've backtracked enough to all we got to do is fix India and China basically, and we're going to be probably pretty much good.
Okay.
We-
But what if
we
we
got
don't?
enough- we're
What if
getting
we
off fossil.
don't?
If we don't,
What
then
if 50 years from now it's 2 degrees? That's the tipping point, right? What if it goes higher?
2 degrees. A lot
centigrade?
of shit could happen.
Runaway
you could
greenhouse
have-
effect.
That's what you think.
No, I don't
I
know
thought
that. I'm
so.
just.
It could be anything from sea levels rising
Okay,
to that
how
movie,
much?
the fucking what was it, Day After Tomorrow, where the Mid Atlantic current or North Atlantic current gets fucked up, and then there's an ice age.
Okay.
I mean, it could go
Do you
either
think
way.
there's going to be an ice age?
No, I don't think that. I have
I
no
do.
fucking clue.
I don't know about it's going to be a mini ice age. That they can prove because it's sunspot activity.
They can prove
for the
that
next
we've had-
30 years.
prove that,
We've
though.
had basic
Well,
periods
that's
of
more provable than CO2
we've had basic periods of
What do you mean by
heat
that?
up and cool
because
down.
you can see it. They've had like what 17? What is it? 20? Was it 24 sunspot cycles?
I don't
And there's
understand
a-
what
is
you
it-
mean by that. CO2 is not. I don't. What are you claiming there, Armand?
I'm claiming I don't think it's a greenhouse gas to tell you the truth. And if it is, it's a very weak greenhouse gas, and there's an exponential exposure to it, which means even if you double
Let's
it,
design
triple
an
it,
experiment
quadruple
then.
it,
Let's create a greenhouse, fill it up with just
they've done it.
with just CO2.
Right, and they put it in sunlight, and there's no difference in the temperature between the bottle of CO2 and the bottle of pure air.
Let's scale it up. Let's go warehouse size then.
They've done that already.
They have.
What warehouse stuff? They've done
They
it in a
still
bottle.
weld with CO2. Like
Pardon me?
it was a mix.
What's that got to do with it?
Pure
being a greenhouse
CO2
gas?
Yeah, I mean,
in a
but-
bottle, and
Yeah.
they put it in the window. They put it in whatever in a window, and they let the sun shine on it. And there was air with basic air, same air, which would be what 400 parts per million, versus
Oh, fuck,
pure
I don't
CO2. The temperature in the bottle was not. There's no difference.
The temperatures were the same in the bottle. So that's so
Absolutely.
what you're saying is that even if we are producing more CO2,
Right, it has no effect.
isn't doing
Virtually
anything.
no effect. Now, what they're saying is now they're saying it's not the CO2 per se. It's the positive feedbacks that it's the water that comes from the CO2.
If we have
That's
any
been
scientists, climate scientists listening to the show right now, please contact
If
us.
we had a client scientist listen to the show, they would have already contacted us.
I am pleading with you now. Info at
I don't see
surrealtalkpodcast.com.
why you guys believe that though. All
Me
these other
directly. Me directly. E Hicks.
No, you can go
No,
EHICKS.
give it to me.
E-
Kachigi at AOL.com.
You keep it down over there. E Hicks
Well, that's a
at
personal one.
lineupmediagroup.com. I'll make sure Armand sees it. Send it to the show. He'll see
And
it.
listen, if you want to fight about it, I'll be out in the parking lot in 10 minutes.
No, we don't want to fight. Why does everybody always want
I
to
wanna
fight?
fight.
Why you always
I'll
violent?
fight. I like to fight.
I'll fight that one.
Let's fight with words and ideas rather than
Because that's
fists and kicks.
But here's the thing. This is a million times I've said it. But I'm going to say it one more time because your listeners are smart enough to know this is true. None of these things. What does it cost anybody if dinosaurs never existed? There's no
It
profit.
cost me the money I went to go pay to fucking see the bones.
Okay.
the time I wasted watching
Jurassic Park.
Well, listen,
Denver
bet
the
on the
Last
zeroth
Dinosaur.
law of physics, and you'll get your money back.
That's
of
fair.
thermodynamics. But CO2 and global warming is big business. Trillions of dollars are being wasted on this nonsense. That's what pisses me off.
Hang on. So this could go what? How many different ways? 4, right? So either the conspiracy about climate change is real, okay?
Okay.
And we do one of 2 things about it. We don't do anything, we fucking die. We do something, and we reverse it like we're doing now. We're trying to fix everything, and we don't.
Well, the first part of your thing is we do nothing and we die, or we do something and don't do good enough and we die. But
there's let me see, 2 outcomes, okay? And then say it's not real, and we don't do anything. We're good. We've got our money. Nothing's
Right.
happened wrong. But if we don't do if we do something, we've wasted all this money.
so you're saying
Correct.
3 out of the 4 choices, we're good to go.
What I'm saying is, what's the harm in exploring that one?
You're
that,
killing a lot of people. That's what the harm is. You can be using this money because we all know about
No, you're not
economics.
killing
Yes,
anyone.
you are.
You're not
Absolutely.
killing
This
anyone.
money that goes to that could be used to. You're squandering all this
okay,
money that is basically
then to say
clean up
that-
the oceans.
I could give all my extra money to Sally Struthers. Does that mean I'm killing kids in Africa? Because I'm not.
because you don't.
Right.
Yeah.
We're
Same
not
logic.
talking about. No, it isn't.
Same
No, it
logic.
isn't.
Exactly. Yeah.
Because
no,
you're not
that's
the government.
ASPCA.
You're not the government. How many times have we
In
heard the
the
government?
arms
If we didn't have
of
the
an
government, if we didn't give
angel.
money to the government, look how many people would die. How many times you heard Trump's tax cuts are killing 10,000 people?
Never heard that.
I have.
Okay.
Believe me.
And you're a Trumper.
Absolutely. It's bullshit. That's what I'm saying.
But-
All this money, but do you agree that there's only a certain amount of money that you can put into?
No.
Oh, really?
Put it
What do you
all
do?
in there.
Print it? Will you print some more?
Yeah, why not?
Okay, because it's worthless.
I'd like to hear your question. Is there only a certain amount of what?
There's only a certain amount of there's a scarcity in this world, right?
Money, right,
Okay,
right.
of resources,
That's what
not
makes
even
money
money.
worth stuff.
Okay, you're using all this money and all this quote science and all this effort for something that even if it's true, which is not, you could be using to clean up the oceans, provide people with clean water, to fight disease. This money is being squandered, being thrown away.
So to say it's being squandered, what is it being used on you find to be a squander?
This quote research,
But what is
and,
the
and carbon credits and putting up trees and things like that has nothing to do with it, and solar and wind that doesn't work. Trillions of dollars.
So solar and wind energy aren't efficient?
Of course not. They're horrible. Of course they're not inefficient.
You can live off grid
Armand.
and pay off your investment in a matter of 5 or 6 years
Exactly. You can get money back
I'm not
from
talking
the
about- I'm not
energy you
talking-
put in the
That's
grid.
efficient.
I'm not talking about a house. I'm talking about, you can put a solar panel on your house and probably pay for itself. I'm talking about big wind turbines, which are, cities are being,
Oh, I've seen the
well, yeah,
fields
and
up
they're
there.
all backed up by coal because the wind doesn't always blow and the sun, obviously, 12 hours a day doesn't shine.
Well, yeah,
so
I
they're
mean-
all backed up by coal anyway. And they increase the price. of-
batteries.
That's why is Germany's price for energy 4 times ours? Because there's stupid wind and solar.
Well, we pay.
It's mandated.
We pay a quarter what any other country pays for gasoline too.
Right,
We
okay.
were pretty smart in that regard. That we just said, hey, Saudi Arabia, give us cheaper gases and we'll keep you safe.
Then why do you want to increase it? But that's what these crazies want to increase the price. They think that's bad. That means we use it too much, right? They'd
So,
love us
well,
to get off fossil fuels.
The thing is, they're under the premise that if they increase the price, we're going to use it
What do you have
less.
against renewable
That's
energy?
not
though?
the case.
What if?
I have nothing against renewable. I have against subsidies for renewable energy.
Why?
If you want to put a solar panel on your house and you want to pay for it,
What if this?
Good
What
for
if?
you.
What if after 20 years
can-
of
I
this
can understand
research and
that at
$20
least.
trillion worth of investments in it, and they figure out that okay, well here, you know what? Here's free energy.
I don't want the
because all
government
that.
doing it. That if there was that kind of profit in it, you don't think the private industry?
I'm not saying profit. I'm saying say they put 20
No,
trillion.
he's got a
Who's
good point.
they?
What his point is,
Who's they?
He thinks it's fine. This is perfectly fine to do renewable energy of any sort.
Sure.
Well, his problem is whenever you say,
Government.
all right, government, I put in new solar this year. Where's my $10,000
Right.
tax break?
Where's my? I bought a Tesla.
doesn't- he
where's
doesn't
my?
think that
Where's my
tax break-
$7,000 off?
Because he doesn't fundamentally agree with there's a problem anyway. He doesn't think there should be a tax break for
okay.
renewable.
Subsidies.
Now, hey, I got to agree with you on that. That if
That's
you
what I'm
don't believe in
saying.
it, you shouldn't have to pay it. So that's all.
Right.
Taxes should be electable.
Sure.
So you can at least see where he's coming from.
Right. So if I'm a global warming scientist and I say, hey, Eric, this is a terrible problem. Give me some money, and you do it, wonderful. Good for you. I don't want the government doing it.
No,
and
I-
subsidizing it.
I completely agree with you there.
Well, that's what I'm
you should be
saying.
independent
Sure.
in private research.
Listen,
See, the
I'm
problem,
not-
though,
it's your money.
Anytime we have these arguments, it's like, yeah, you're saying you're subsidizing it, but A, you don't know what the money could or would have gone towards or what you want it to go to. So, I mean,
Right.
it's like
So
there's so
people-
much money out there to say it shouldn't go to this or that.
There's people on the other side of the fence that would say whatever you think's worthy of that cash, that money, and you want to put it toward that, what you said earlier, cleaning the oceans, curing disease. There's going to be people on the other side of the fence that are
but
just
what if-
like
what
you
if
right
we
now that
put
say,
it-
hey, you can't put that shit toward the cleaning the ocean. Come on, man.
Well, okay, so you wouldn't have a problem. I said, look, there's no such thing as a dinosaur. I want you to spend $1 trillion a year to discover whether we had dinosaurs or not.
I know. I already
That's
told
the
you.
same kind of stupidity.
I already told
It's
you that if
wasted
it's
money.
privately funded, then I don't
That's
give a
what I
fuck
said
who
too.
does it.
Correct.
No,
We're talking about government.
I'm on the.
So
I'm
the
on
difference
same
here-
We're talking about
page.
government,
I'm on
though.
the same
The
page
difference
about
No,
here-
he's
that.
not. He made the point, though. Who am I to say?
The difference here is whether dinosaurs exist or not cannot potentially destroy the planet.
There you go.
Right.
It's not that impactful.
Oh,
There's
really?
potential if
Okay,
global
all
warming
right.
is real. You got to admit, if what they say is true, there is a great potential.
Well, then why don't we spend money on making a missile system against a doomsday asteroid?
How do
That's
you know we're not?
potentially well, I don't think so. I want to see it in the budget.
Again, it's
Okay, wouldn't you say that's squandering the money? The odds
I
are
would.
so infinitesimal, it's
Yes.
wasted money.
But I don't feel like
it
the odds
has
are-
the same impact.
I think you would have to agree that the odds are infinitely more possible that will affect the climate in such a way to injure the planet in any regard than we get hit in our lifetime by a
I
large
disagree
asteroid.
with that.
In our lifetime?
Because a doomsday asteroid is 100% going to destroy humanity.
I said in our
adding more
lifetime.
adding more
100%.
CO2. I'm
I
saying
disagree.
adding more CO2 to the
Yeah, that's
atmosphere is
true.
good for us.
That's
It's
not
not
just
bad.
speculation, Armand.
Yeah, to say 100%,
100% it's not going to destroy
that
it.
humanity will be destroyed by an
Okay,
asteroid.
whatever, but it'd be one hell of a fun.
Or meteor.
It would be bad.
It would be bad.
Okay, it could lead to extinction.
But what we're saying is the odds of getting hit in our lifetime or in humanity's existence, we've never had an extinction level event with humanity due to with a
Not with humanity,
with
we
a
haven't.
meteor.
Okay.
So what I'm saying is the
Well, that's what I'm
odds.
saying. That's just an analogy I'm making, though. You're saying if that's the
Right,
whole
I'm
thing.
saying it's much more likely though that we will affect the climate of our planet than we will get hit by.
I don't say
an
we
asteroid.
don't affect it. I'm just saying we affect the climate. I'm saying CO2 does not cause warming, and what it does cause is minuscule.
So
and it's
your
made up
whole
for by the
problem then-
plant life that we are creating.
So
by
your
it.
whole problem with the global warming theory is the fact that CO2 is the big rub.
Sure.
It's the big bad guy. You don't think that
Absolutely.
is.
I'm not for
So you're saying
pollution's a
global
terrible
warming
problem.
might be happening, but it's definitely not.
Right. It has nothing to do with CO2. That's right.
Okay, that's not what I thought he was
That's
saying.
what
Then.
I'm
From
saying.
what I understood, you said there is no global warming, but now you're saying there might be. You keep saying there might be.
There has been about a half degree over the last 100-something years.
Okay,
and we're
standard
coming
up
out of
and
an
down
ice
cycle.
age,
Right.
and I think it's going to reverse because, like I said, the one thing they have proven is that there's a sunspot, the Maunder minimum, and these Dalton minima, that kind of thing. That's definitely.
Let me ask you this: what would it take?
Sunspots.
What kind of temperature change would it take in what amount of time to move you to think that there is a possibility that we have caused this?
You can't.
There's
you
no
can't.
change.
You can't.
So if we went up 10 degrees in 10 years,
That could still be that is not unprecedented.
That's
in the-
unprecedented.
What?
No, it isn't. They're proof. You can read it that have been like 7-8 degrees centigrade within a century. That's in the
I'm saying
ice.
10 degrees in 10 years. That's
If
unprecedented.
that happens,
Then will you believe?
Come on,
okay,
Armand.
I'll believe.
Thank you.
It's not going to
Thank
happen.
you.
But yeah.
Okay. At
Got
least,
him.
At
That's
least
a victory.
All I
Boy,
wanted was
I don't
that
know.
he's
I don't know
logical.
if I buy that.
All I wanted was to see that he eventually could get.
Could get
but
to a
let me-
point where he
all right, let
changes
me
his
ask
mind.
you this though: if there's 143 experiments
Uh-huh.
and none of them predict the outcome that happens,
Right.
wouldn't you say there might be a problem with the actual theory?
Or
With
the
the
experiments.
experiment.
Yeah, right. Well, the theory, the experiment is supposed to
Both.
prove a theory.
No, not at all, because there could be 150 different outcomes, and you only tried
Yeah,
140
but none of them
times.
are right. If your theory,
You said out of the 140 that you tried, none
you
of them
have-
worked, right?
Wait a minute, you have a theory.
I understand.
Okay, you run 150 experiments to prove that theory, and none
Uh-huh.
of them prove it.
Okay,
Would
so
that make
how
you
do you
a
know the
little doubtful?
151 wouldn't have done
Oh,
it?
okay. Well, that's
See,
now
that's
that's
pretty
not
ridiculous.
science.
I'm with him
That's
on this
pretty
one.
stupid.
If you do something 150
I
times
agree
in
with
a
that
row-
guy. I have nothing to add to that guy who started the.
If you do something 150 times in a row, it's the same 150 times.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And you think that, okay, maybe 151 is going to be different, you're fucking crazy.
Okay, so there's no
That's the
odds.
definition of saying
so what you're saying
insanity.
is there's
Right.
no odds greater than 150 to 1.
No, that's not what we're saying. What we're saying is if you do the exact same experiment 150 times in a row,
And you get.
and the exact same result,
You didn't say
150
the
times.
exact same result
Sure,
150 times.
they're all wrong.
That's what he was.
Well, that's
Now,
not
I'm
the exact
I'm
same
not saying
result.
like-
That's two different
That is
things.
the same exact.
No,
No,
wait.
it's not the result he was looking for, which is the same result.
Right.
Not equal.
See,
That's
it's not
the
like,
answer.
It's
Not
not
even.
like
Yeah.
they used to call Salvarsan. I think it was called whatever 666 or whatever. The guy had 665 things he used, or like Edison. I don't know how many hundreds of things he used for a light bulb filament until he
for the-
found it. That's not the same thing. You have a theory and you're trying to prove it. Now, with CO2, you have all these scientists running all these computer models, which they all are. That's all you've got. And none of them predicted anything like what really happened. That means the theory is wrong to me, to any other scientist with half a brain. If you read Karl Popper and Bacon and any of these guys that talk about the scientific method, but they totally ignore that shit. And that drives me crazy.
Again, if we have any climatologists out there, info at Surreal Talk
No,
Podcast.
I want a climatologist, economist, and a physicist.
all at the same time. If you
Right.
have all
I
three
wanna
of those
You got a
degrees,
degree in all of them.
Right.
Yeah, that's the only
If
way
you
we're
don't-
talking to you.
never fucking email us because we don't want to hear.
Hey,
from you.
email me. I don't
No.
care. You're still full of shit.
No.
Yeah, Light Peach in the chat
Okay.
says she brings up a very good point here. Or
Okay.
He, I don't know, he or she. I always say Peach. I feel like it's
Yeah,
she, but
how do you know? Yeah.
I don't. I
Okay.
assign gender based on what I see, and that's a terrible
See,
thing
you're
to
a
do.
sexist.
I'm trying not to be, and I'm fucking working on it. Okay.
Okay, good. As long
least
as
you
you don't have
realize
a
it.
problem.
You know, so there's a fact that is in
Yes.
fact a religious belief, Armand.
What is?
You.
Yes. Yeah, global warming.
Yeah.
Religious. Yeah, it sure is. That's what it is. It's
Or the
tantamount to religion.
anti-global warming would be in a
I'm
religious
not
belief.
anti-global warming. I'm just saying it's not scientifically based. It does not obey the laws of the scientific method. I don't care what climatologists say, and I don't care what anybody
Okay,
else
so
says.
hang on.
It's true.
Neither does the flat Earth, but you wasn't having a fucking thing to say about that 2 weeks ago.
I'm being nice to the guy. He was our guest.
Right,
That's
but at
all.
the same time,
There is such a thing as being, listen to
I'm
the
with
guy.
you there. Yeah.
yeah,
That's
but
all.
you can't.
I
let
didn't say
there
you
and
turn
tell
me-
him, hey man, you got bird wings on your back. Oh yeah, I know it's cool.
I don't
He
know
didn't
what
say
you know.
that.
Yeah, say I don't.
No, he said the Earth was fucking flat.
Hey, I didn't
That's
pay.
what he said.
I didn't pay $2.99 for his app, did I?
If that's all you heard, I mean, then I guess you weren't paying attention. He said a lot of interesting things.
I heard it. I heard all of it.
All you heard was Earth is flat.
No,
right. I didn't. Now I got a better grasp of his theory, though. I don't believe it, but I really didn't know what they were
Exactly my
saying.
point. The dude had his story inside and out.
Right.
He came in and presented his narrative as
And he
well
did-
as can be possible.
And he didn't sound like a complete lunatic to
right.
me.
Well, the only thing that was lunatic was everything that we
Right,
came
religion,
up with.
right.
Was science was religious.
But
again,
I would counter, though, that's the same thing with global warming, because these guys, they're all computer models, which is basically, garbage in, garbage out. They're making all the parameters themselves.
the same thing with you though. You're religious on the other side. Since you're not
That's
doing the
what I'm saying.
experiment by
That's
that
what
guy,
she
by David's definition of religious, if you do not have the knowledge and the
I have the
wherewithal
knowledge. I read every geo paper that comes out, peer
and
reviewed,
the
on
wherewithal
both
to
sides.
do the experiments yourself, then it's just a
That's true.
Okay, so well, then you're not giving me a climatologist that's done these
you
experiments
need to
too.
be peer reviewed basically is what to not be
Peer
religious.
reviewed, yeah.
I'm reading the papers. What can I do?
No, you have to do the experiment and then be peer reviewed.
And then be peer reviewed.
Listen, I'm a
is-
surgeon.
which
I know
is,
what
again-
surgeries don't work. I haven't done them, but I know I wouldn't do a bunionectomy because I've read the peer review.
I'm on your side.
That's what I'm saying.
But what I'm
I
saying
don't
is,
know if
as
you
soon
Just don't fucking attack me.
as soon as he said
I want to
that,
get surgery on you, buddy.
that's at that point is when I thought it was debate over. You cannot argue with someone who says everything you believe in science is a
Yeah, but
religious.
who's saying? Yeah, but
So
in
that's
that-
where it's time to listen to the story.
Okay, but E, do you agree with this? There are guys out there like that bow tie idiot. What's his name? The guy.
Bill Nye.
Bill Nye.
That's a little harsh.
People that don't believe in global warming should be put in jail.
Yeah, that's fucking.
See, that's
Well,
what I'm
that's
hearing
harsh
from these
too.
guys.
That's harsh
Now, if you
too.
get a
So what we're
climatologist in
talking
there
is
and wants
the
to
global
talk,
warming inquisition is what we're saying.
yeah,
there.
right. You're a denier. Right there. That's how can you deny? I deny everything in science. Because up
with
till
you.
now we didn't know how much a neutron weighed. They had to change that. They changed what a meter is.
Well,
Okay.
science is a bitch
Right.
sometimes.
Pete says
There's
no.
nothing-
Everett. He had the same story, and that's the dialogue he's on every single show he's on. I don't doubt that. He does regurgitate the same shit. It's called having a spiel.
This
and when
guy's
you're
on
out
your
there,
side.
Yeah, I get that.
Okay.
And whenever you have a spiel, that's what you do is you go out there, you get your message out, and you do it. If you go on 30 shows, it's going to be hard not
Is
to
it
say
me
the
or the
same
flat
thing.
Earth guy?
The flat Earth guy.
Oh.
Flat Earth guy.
It's going to be hard not to go on to
I repeat myself.
and repeat the same story you've given on 100 other shows.
Right.
He in fact is trying to sell an app.
Right.
I don't fault him for trying to make
Did you
money.
buy it, by the way?
I did buy it.
Well, see, you're a sucker.
I'm not a sucker. I wanted to see what this
That's
app
good
was.
for you. No, I don't have a problem with that.
I thought it
$3,
was cool.
who cares?
I thought it was cool to look at this,
Yeah, that's
this
kinda cool.
so-called map of the Earth and to see where the sun and moon are as a flat earther would believe it at any given time. I thought that was worth the $3 novelty after
Okay,
having that
that's
discussion.
right, and I don't have a problem with that. Yeah, that's.
Well,
I have a problem with $3.
do I know if David believed what he was saying? I don't know.
He sure looked like. He sure sounded like he did.
I don't honestly care if he believed it or not. He told the story well. He was a good guest. He was a nice enough guy.
He was a good guest.
Yeah, I mean, Eric was
your
mean to
point
him.
is we weren't rude enough with the guy, and I'm not
No,
sure.
who said rude anytime at all? No,
I
I'm
said
just
rude.
saying that when some.
Ever did.
So I'm saying when someone comes to you and tells you something that you know is blatantly false, and you just sit there just
Like
because they're a
global
guest on the
warming. Yeah,
show.
believe me, I entertain that too with you
Had
guys.
this guy told you that global warming was false, would you have been in the same?
well, then at least
There
I don't know.
go,
That might have
Armand,
brought it-
now come
Yeah,
on,
but
brother.
he's
If you
not
said
wasting
global-
$1 trillion. He's wasting $3. I don't have a problem with that.
Yeah,
That's
if you
all
would have
I'm
come on
saying.
and said global warming is true without a shadow of a doubt, would you have been rude like Eric was rude to the
I
guy?
was not rude to the guy.
I would be pretty. I'd probably.
He'd have been worse than I was.
Yeah,
tell you
I'd
that.
have been more. I'd have really gotten his face on that
See?
one. Yeah,
I guess I
would've.
don't have the
But I
killer
still wouldn't have been
instinct that you
rude.
guys
I don't think
I wasn't rude.
No, I don't think. Well,
well,
How
there's
the fuck
nothing
was I
wrong with
rude?
that.
How was I rude?
like
I have to
basically
listen to
everything-
the show again. But
Yeah,
didn't everybody
we're not
say
gonna
that
do
he was
that.
getting?
Oh, so
and they
we're
were
going with the
congratulating.
mob this time?
Yeah, but they're congratulating you. They thought we were too easy on the guy. That's what I got more of.
Yeah,
When your
they're
supporters
right.
are like, he was rude, fuck yeah, then you know
they
you're
loved
rude.
it. Right.
Whose supporters?
Yours.
The
Whenever
guys
your
on team-
supporters
yeah,
are like,
Team
Eric
Eric.
kicked his ass, he's a
Right.
fucking dick.
You guys were
Who said-
pussies.
I didn't see my said that.
It's been said. It was on the video, I
I
believe.
read it. Yeah, they thought we were too embracing of the guy.
Yeah. Any which way, let's kill the show. It's been a pretty good show today. We've been on for a fucking hour and a half or
Oh,
better.
I don't know. It flew.
Hour and
didn't it?
45 minutes. It was a good show today.
I don't
I
even
hope
think we
so.
really talked about much of what we were supposed to title
Sure we
of the
did.
show.
Sure we
These are
did.
crazy robotic
crazy shit.
sharks, man. What,
Yeah, fucking birds don't exist.
stupid shit.
Robotic sharks, of
Hey,
course.
what do you
man.
want?
Duh.
And how are you going to have a show that doesn't evolve to
All right,
flat Earth
can we end by
and
saying
climate change? Whenever
which
you're
one
talking
of these that we talked about is the most likely?
Michelle Obama has a penis.
Easily.
Kidding.
Ooh,
No,
Kidding.
I don't know, that's
shit, yeah,
probably
me too.
true.
Me too. Me too. I was kidding too.
You know, actually looking at this
I
list,
think it is.
that
Well,
probably
which
is.
one's more likely than that?
Yeah, honestly, Michelle Obama has. Oh no, the government or Israeli government has killer robotic sharks.
Oh, come on.
Probably more likely.
Dude, anybody can get a dick implant, dude. Or
Right,
just like,
come
yeah,
on.
I could sew a dick on Armand's elbow today. Today.
done that.
Get a dick. I'll do it. Needle and thread, right?
No,
here.
Yeah, but other than that,
I'll-
that's
I'll
the
take
most
your word
likely
for
one.
it. Yes, probably is.
Who's so full of shit? David is so full of shit. He has brown eyes. Maybe, dude. But I don't feel the need to whenever a guy's on my show to come up and say, "Hey, dude, you're so full of fucking shit. Your eyes ought to be brown."
Right. I don't think he convinced anybody on the show. You
No,
know,
but
it was
again-
just amusing.
And what he said to us, maybe the same thing he said to Grimerica, to Chris Jericho, to any of the other shows he's been on. But that's what he does. He goes to shows and tells the spiel.
Plus, Everett, I'd say,
That's
look,
what we wanted him on for, is to hear his thoughts. Of,
right. And here's what I'd also say: if we had a listener that listened to the show or whatever and said, "Hey, I don't believe dinosaurs exist, and I've got evidence," I'd say, let's have him on the show. I'd like to hear it. I want to hear this evidence. Right?
Perfect. Beautiful. Would love to.
You'd really have to go
But
a
I'm not
long
gonna
way
be
to
like,
convince me.
Of course.
I'm not going to go, hey, dumb fuck. I mean, I know you didn't say, hey, dumb fuck, but you more or less, hey, dumb fucked him.
No, how?
Well, you kind of dismissed him. out
Very
of hand,
dismissive, and
yeah.
you were aggressive. Quite aggressive.
Yes, and a lot of people like that.
I don't think I was aggressive at all.
Rewatch
I had rebuttals whenever he would
Actually,
say
I'm glad,
something I didn't
but I'm
believe
glad
in.
you were, because Eric and I were a little more
That's Everett.
accommodating. Yeah, who are you? Get that block in front of you, will you? That
Yeah, no
Frank
shit,
made.
right?
But anyway, yeah, Everett and I were a little bit more accommodating, and I think it was good to, it was more of a good cop, bad cop kind of thing,
That's fair.
which I think made it a better show. Because if we're all just saying,
Wow.
yeah, well, he's got a point,
No, you're
it's
kinda
kinda
not
boring.
wrong. It probably could have been more boring if Eric was a little bit more of a bitch about it. But I think it would have been the right move to not be as aggressive.
I didn't think I was aggressive at all. And honestly, I wasn't even trying to be aggressive. What I was trying to do was when he was saying something that I didn't agree with or believe in,
You're like, hey, hold on.
No, well-
hold on. No, hold on.
that's how I
You're
was.
trying to tell me. Are
That's
you
how I
trying to
was.
tell me? Yeah, this is
No,
exactly how you
get
were.
the fuck
Are you
outta
trying to
here.
tell me?
No, I never say that anyway. It would be, you mean to tell me? You mean
to tell me
with a British accent.
with your
my
finger
up like this?
exactly like that, head fucking.
Yeah, with your condescending,
Pigeon-headed.
unctuous finger up in the air.
Yeah.
That's exactly what it was. That's what I'm trying to tell
I
you.
don't
Being a
think
little
so.
sapinaceous.
I don't believe it.
Anyway, all right, let's roll that beautiful bean footage. Throw the outro on, and let's do this.
Beans and beans, the magical fruit. The more you eat, the more you toot. The more you toot, the better you feel. So eat some beans with every meal.
That's true.
What the fuck was that?
That was the beautiful bean footage you just asked
You
for.
ever heard that before? Beans,
I'd
magic
rather
fruit.
hear the Everett one.
Mean Gene made a machine.
Joe Blow made it go.
Let's hear the tape
Art-
of
Art
us
blew
getting it up
and blew
the
the
ass.
whole
when they-
Let's do
damn
that
thing
after
apart.
show. Let's go ahead and close this out.
All right.
If you want to find us, you know where to do it at.
SurrealTalkPodcast.com. Find us on Twitter. Just search it.
At
Go to,
Surreal Talk Show.
go to
Global
Google.
warming is a hoax.com.
Go to Google. Type in Surreal Talk. If you want Twitter, Surreal Talk Twitter. If you want Facebook, Surreal Talk Facebook.
Yeah, it's a
It'll
pretty
get
easy
you there.
Google now.
Yeah.
Yeah, it used to be hard. It used to be a hard Google.
about Yo
It's easy
Radio?
now.
Yo Radio, you definitely want to check out. Rabbit Hole Radio is running strong on there.
This day in
Go to
history, we got some
yoradio.com.
new episodes. Tony and I.
Oh, yeah, your
we-
show with Tony.
we fight. Yeah.
Good show. You guys fight every episode and
Sure
talk
do.
about history. So it's a lot like this show, except we talk about
Yeah,
conspiracy.
except we don't hate each other on this show.
You hate Tony? How could you hate Tony? Tony's our boy, man.
We are totally. I like Tony. We're just
Tony's
totally
great.
different on every issue.
Are you really? That
Virtually
that
every-
fucking polar?
Oh,
Wow.
Like I like to say about
Diametrically.
like a lot of you guys around here, like you and Ocho Man are two different sides of the same coin. Crazy personalities, you know what I mean? Who could rub people potentially the wrong way.
Oh, yes.
And I have a lot of differing opinions with you guys on a lot of stuff you guys say I think is crazy. But it's like the old saying goes, you're an asshole, but you're my asshole. You know what I mean? You could say right now that the sun is brown and be like, I fucking love Armand. He thinks the sun's brown, but he's my guy.
Did you hear that fucking guy?
yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
my
yeah.
favorite lunatic.
I don't hate
yeah.
any of them. Like how you say, fuck Tony. I know you're just kidding, but that's saying he's our
I
guy.
say hate each other is not the word. We disagree on everything, which is what makes the show, spicy.
That's what makes it good. Yeah.
Yeah, piquant.
All right, guys, we'll catch you all next week. Actually, I have a great idea for a show. I'm going to talk to you about this. It's a new topic that we've never discussed,
Oh, boy.
and I never heard of this.
White dog poop or no?
No, it has something to do with.
Pizzagate?
No, I'll tell you about it later. All right, we'll catch you guys next week. See you next time.
Later, alligators.
Bye.
Where you going, Armand? We're not done.
We're done. I mean, just boom.
What else is there to do?
The stream's still on. You can say hello to your fans, your millions and hordes of
Thanks
fans.
everybody for sitting around and watching this. Eric doesn't have an English
I
accent.
can't read what
fact.
everybody was saying. What are they thinking about global warming?
Mate, they don't agree with it.
All right.
God,
It's like you got to bastardize whatever. It's almost a Michael Caine you're going for, but it's not quite there.
What are you talking?
I don't think your English. It's
his,
in English, but I don't think it's an
English
actual
for
real
sure.
English.
No, it's not. It's not like Cambridge or fucking Oxford or
It's your
fucking
approximation.
Montreal.
It's like an approximation of two or three.
It's not Cockney.
Yeah.
You're not Eliza Doolittle.
It's an American impression, Armand. That's half-assed. That's not
At
good.
best.
At best. But it's funny, you know what I mean?
I don't know.
Hey,
I know
hey,
our Englishman didn't
mate,
like it,
mate,
right?
can you hear me? Yeah, our Englishman liked it. Of course he fucking liked it. He's from England. Are you
was ridiculous.
British?
I don't think that guy was actually British, but
Oh.
I want to hear his accent.
anyway,
Yeah, no, I mean, I'm good.
let's get some more voicemails in on Eric's accent.
Everybody
Or
likes his
emails.
accent.
It's not English, it's British.
British, whatever. It's the same
British.
difference.
You drop your T's in there, mate.
All right, guys. Thanks for showing up on the stream today. We'll catch you guys all next week. See you in
Thank
the
you,
group.
thank
If
you.
you need us, get us. Hasta later.